Hey, how's
Hi.
it going? I'm Omar.
I'm Mia.
And I'm Evan.
And collectively, we're
The three amigos.
The three middle-class geeks.
Yes.
we're here
We
to
pool
reenact
all
the
our money.
old Disney film, The Three Amigos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Spanglish version.
I was really hoping you weren't going to go with the Song of the South, because that's a racist piece of crap.
Ba-na-na-na.
Splash Mountain is the best thing that has come out of the song. This is Mia Hasn't Seen Shit, and it is the live stream that we're doing right now. We do it every month. We missed last month, sorry. But we usually do it on the last Wednesday of every month, where there's a lot of movies that are really popular that everyone has seen, but I haven't seen them for whatever reason. And we watch them, and myself for the first time. And Omar asked me some questions about what I think the movie is, and then I'm totally wrong, and then everyone laughs at me.
Yeah.
And I hang my head in shame.
So is Baby's Day Out a popular movie that
That's
a lot
what
of people
I
have
said.
seen?
Like, usually the movies are like Top Gun, and I immediately know, like, obviously I have never, this is a popular movie,
Mhm.
and I don't know the references. We're deciding what to do, and then Omar said Baby's Day Out. I didn't even think it was one of those movies. So now, like,
Yeah,
I
It is
feel
John
justified.
Hughes. I mean, he's a popular figure in pop culture. You know, it is kind of on his later side of his au revoir.
Exactly. It's a, yeah.
I was questioning whether or not it was one of those movies, because I've just never heard of it. Like, he texted me.
It's like
I
16
was like,
Candles
do
too.
people
It's that
know?
good. It's that good.
People know.
What is this?
The actual text conversation is on our Facebook, facebook.com/2brokegeeks. So if you go to there, you will actually
Well,
you'll see
because
the
he
text
was like,
conversation.
Baby's Day Out. I'm like, is that a famous movie? And then he had such a reaction, so now we're watching it. But
Famous
I'm
to some.
I'm doubtful.
A nightmare to others.
So what I'm gonna do really quickly is I'm gonna hop.
That's
by
from
the way,
Excalibur. It's a great movie too.
I really hope that this stream is working. Can you guys tweet us to
So
make
let us
sure
know
it's
that the
working?
audio
Ping
is
us.
working, the
Hope
video
the
is
audio
all
is
and
working.
make sure.
working.
Periscope us.
This is where the rest of the live cast just becomes us checking our
Checking
phones.
our Yeah.
So we don't really need
Hey,
to-
we got a shout out from Gian.
Oh, hey, Gian.
Hey.
I love Gian. I love you guys. That's what he said. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love
I want to
him.
meet you, Gian. You sound great. Nice to meet people like you.
He's like an improviser, and he's really funny. He's in like Doctor Who Live.
Oh,
He's just
cool.
like a super funny
I honestly
dude.
think he's one of the funniest people I've ever met.
I'm so glad that my love for Gian is requited, because I said I love you, Gian, and then I read it and it said I love you guys. Well,
Wasn't even
felt
planned.
like
It's all
it.
coming back.
So I'm gonna hop behind the laptop for a second and turn on the camera and quiz Mia on Baby's Day Out, a movie she's definitely not seen.
I don't even think it's popular. Do you guys know it? Does
I have
anyone
seen
know
it.
Oh, you actually have
I have
seen
seen Baby's Day
it?
Out.
So it's
Yeah.
one of those things that most people have seen. Like, if you like threw a rock in a crowd.
I
and you're like,
guess.
"That
I
person?"
mean, I think if you were like 7 to 9 years old in like 1995, you probably saw it. But beyond that, so
I think
like
you're
within
giving me
our
too much
group,
information about the movie. Right now.
Sorry.
I think that
That's-
these might count as spoilers. Like, because
Yeah.
I
That
actually
was
didn't
not-
know it was.
It's not accurate.
No,
so don't
well,
worry
see,
about
I watched like
Yeah.
R-rated movies when I was 5, so I'm not a good barometer. of
Let's
that
try
kind
to
of-
That didn't
backtrack.
give away anything.
No.
Yeah, guys, remember to tweet
but
us.
if you guys-
Omar is gonna do this thing, but tweet us if
Yeah.
it's not working, or if it is. Actually, tweet us if it is working, because I'm gonna worry about it the entire time.
But if you also tweet at us if you have any questions that you want to ask Mia about Baby's Day Out, I'll check the phone. And again, she has not seen it, so ask her anything about it.
Anything at all.
Yeah, you can ask her, why did Zack Snyder change the ending to have Dr. Manhattan instead of the
Did you
squid?
gather some questions from Twitter earlier too?
I've got one so
Okay,
far.
cool.
I've got one question, and I'll check Facebook in a sec. But I'm gonna hop behind, get the camera ready, and
Yeah.
then we'll be good to go.
We got to get started, because if they're gonna watch.
Should I get out of the frame?
No,
No,
just
you
you
hang out.
No, you
No,
say
I don't.
that.
I feel like this is the questioning of Mia. This is like the
No, but
Spanish
you can stay
Inquisition.
here and entertain these guys, because he's gonna use that camera.
All right, cool.
So you're good. You don't have to move
All right,
that
I
much.
can be entertaining. I've done this once or twice before.
Been entertaining. in
So
your
did you
life?
hear the one about? I actually don't know any of those jokes.
I don't know anything that starts with "Did you hear the one about?"
I know. I used to know a lot of blonde jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for some like I
As a
guess since
super
I grew
blonde
up.
person,
Yeah,
you
since
look
I
so
grew up blonde, I felt like I needed to know blonde jokes because I thought I don't know
That they applied to you?
Something like that. And then I started realizing they were all about women, and I was like, oh, this is super mean.
Now I don't.
Now
You're like,
so
oh,
nice.
what's one that I can say that is
Yeah.
like self-deprecating? They're like,
Yeah.
no, I'm just being deprecating to women.
Yep,
This is
sorry.
my fun.
Aw, man.
Whoops.
Lame.
Because you want to be like, oh, like, you know, like I can make fun of Filipino people because I'm Filipino. Like how that works. Like if someone's Jewish, they can be like, I can make fun of Jewish people because I'm Jewish, but you can't or whatever.
No,
you
yeah.
want your version of that.
As a white male, I'm always like scratching. I'm trying to find that thing that I can make fun of, but it's not there. It just doesn't exist.
You're dissatisfied with your white maleness.
I am.
I'm sorry.
I really am. I'm trying to I try to get the blonde jokes, and I just can't get them. I'm like, oh, but those are actually about another minority. I try to be like, I don't know. What about ones with guys who wear like plaid shirts or whatever? But I'm like, that's everybody I know.
That's like literally everybody in this room.
Yep, it's true. We were recreating kind of a nice little like
pattern.
a little blue plaid sandwich with your red in the middle.
We could pretend it's like a Memorial Day, like red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I got some. We got white. There's white here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Omar just set up the camera, and we're gonna do the thing, and then we'll watch the movie.
All right.
So,
questions.
Are you? Where are you?
Camera is speeding.
Can you flip it so I know where my frame is? Thanks. Okay.
Nice frame.
Sound speeding.
Go ahead and slate.
Oh, go ahead. You're doing it.
Oh, cool. I get the slate. Yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Mia hasn't seen shit. Baby's Day Out. Take 1.
Beep. Okay. I'm gonna do the intro again, so you guys just hang tight. Hi, I'm Mia, and I haven't seen shit. That's right, there are a ton of movies that everyone seems to have seen, just everyone I know, and I haven't seen them. I have a major mainstream movie blind spot. So we have started this live stream, a monthly live stream, where at the end of each month, we watch a movie on Netflix Instant Watch along with you guys, and Omar asks me questions about what I think the movie is. I get them horribly wrong, and you all laugh at me, but I'm a little bit more educated. Is that a good explanation? It was kind of long. It's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now Omar... All right, so first, Omar is going to ask me some questions about the movie this month, Baby's Day Out.
All right. First of all, when was this movie made?
So I think it's from the 90s because Evan said a joke about the 90s earlier, so that's kind of cheating. But I'm going to be honest, before I heard that, I thought it was 80s.
Where does this movie take place?
For some reason, I think it takes place in New York City.
What's this movie about? What's the story?
Okay, so I haven't even seen the movie poster. Usually I've at least seen the movie poster because I make the graphic, but Omar made the graphic. So I think that what I remember the movie poster being is possibly a baby in like crawling through New York City with sunglasses on. So maybe a baby gets loose, like somebody's supposed to be watching a baby and the baby gets loose and it's wandering through the city, like crawling, and it almost gets hurt a lot, but it doesn't, and the guys are trying to catch it. They're probably guys, because if it was a woman, the movie story, in the movie world, if it was a woman, it'd be like, oh, the mom found it and took care of it, and everything was fine. But it has to be guys, because probably things go wrong.
What is the antagonizing force and or bad guys?
I think it's maybe it's like a comedy of errors type thing where just the antagonizing force is pretty much just like the rest of New York City, and the baby's crawling. Although I don't know how that would go on for like 2 hours or an hour and a half, but I think, you know, it's kind of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where the baby's having a day off, where wacky things are happening, but the baby is a baby, and the guys are just trying to find it and save it.
What's up with the bird?
Is that the Twitter question? I bet there's a bird that keeps pooping on people.
Second question, what's up with the gorilla?
There's a gorilla that escaped from the New York City Zoo, and that is one of the threats to the baby. And then maybe at one point it gets the baby and it's cradling it, and they have to get it back. Like, I guess I think that it's kind of a slapstick comedy.
Elias on Facebook asks, what will make this baby's day?
The baby is probably trying to just get something simple, like it's trying to get a balloon or something, or an ice cream, or just see something shiny, like a bag, plastic bag, and it just wants that one thing, like the balloon or the ice cream or whatever, and it just keeps, and the bag keeps floating away, and it keeps following it. I don't know if it's this type of movie, but this is what I got. I don't even think this movie's famous. I just want to put that on record. Like, I've never heard anyone talk about Baby's Day Out. Every other movie I knew that I was like, wow, it's so bad I haven't seen this. Has anyone actually seen this movie?
How long was this movie in theaters internationally?
Not very long.
And finally, what's the title of the book at the end of the movie?
Baby's Day Out. And then they close the book and it zooms out and it was cute. That's all?
Yeah, you transition.
Oh, okay. You can say things. Okay, so that's my best guess on Baby's Day Out, which I know 0 things about. So let's see what I got right. So let's watch it.
Great.
Yay.
For all of you that had to
Were
sit
you
through the
giving the
intro,
sign language?
I was doing the sign
There
language
was
impression
movement. I
in
knew there
the
was
lower
something.
in the lower section of the
You
screen.
don't speak sign language though, do you?
Not at all. There's probably
Something told me that you
there's
didn't.
probably a deaf person out there who's extremely
Offended.
right now. I'm sorry. I really didn't. I was just trying to be funny.
You see, you can't make fun of anyone. Oh, that sucks.
That's the worst.
That sucks.
Being me is so hard. I've got a lot of things. I've got a lot of things
Can't
to
make fun of
deal with.
anyone.
Sorry, guys.
You could just, I guess, I mean, you could make fun of white males, but there's not a lot of pre-made jokes. You'd have to, like,
No.
make your own. You know what? You could fill
That's
a
fine.
void.
I feel like Louis C.K.'s got a lot of that covered, though.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? I mean, he's gonna
But
be
there's
way
not a lot
better
of
at it
jokes
than
that are
I
like,
ever will be.
so a white male walks into a bar.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
you could fill, like,
So a
the type
white
of
blonde, Aryan male walks into a bar.
Yeah, there's, like,
what
probably-
happens next?
You could take all those type of jokes and then
Mhm.
make some for yourself.
Okay.
And then they
yeah.
could be, there's a demand for it, I'm sure.
Okay. I'll just have to start with some punchlines and then reverse engineer the situation that gets
Do you think
to
that's
that.
how joke writers?
Oh yeah, that's how Arthur Conan Doyle
Hey, everybody.
wrote.
Oh, Omar's back. Okay,
All
have
right.
you guys found
Sherlock Holmes.
Baby's Day Out? Oh yeah, sorry. You need to
No, I was
do
trying.
that.
I was like, where was I going with that?
All
All right, so we're gonna go. We're going on.
Baby's Day Out on your Netflix. On your
Or if you
US
have it on
Netflix,
Blu-ray.
Your DVD. Do people have it on Blu-ray? Is it that popular? Okay,
Oh, it's an
1994.
HD.
1994. This is the HD. Yeah, this has
That's
got the,
better than how I saw it first.
this has got the CG
VHS.
Jabba the Hutt, I believe.
Yeah.
The Ewoks blink.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's great. The part where Han Solo walks over the baby's tail. That's awesome.
We all just watched Star Wars together on May the 4th, and
Oh
we
yeah.
tried so hard. We got the closest that we could get to like not having CG added, but there was still CG added, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's the
don't
closest
disagree.
you've seen live.
Honestly, I still don't disagree with all the decisions that George made in putting some of those scenes back in.
Yeah.
No,
But
there's
the
some
Jabba the
that
Hutt
are-
scene's
yeah,
a little ridiculous.
Like
Yes.
what I was
It's a
thinking is the
little
Jabba
ridiculous.
one. I mean, because that stuff gets outdated so quickly. Like maybe at the time it was less noticeable.
Mhm.
Like, but
Well,
now
'cause
because
those-
CG
that
has improved
scene,
already.
It's crazy because that scene was filmed with an actual guy, like a guy in a
Yeah.
fur coat, and you're just like, that would have been interesting. Like, how weird would it have been to be like, just have that scene as it plays, and then
There's-
suddenly later on he's a giant slug.
There could be-
What the hell happened to Jabba?
There should be a reverse.
What?
There should be a reverse Star Wars thing where they like release all the Star Wars without any effects, including like
Sound effects.
Oh, so it's
No,
a
just like
special
some-
edition, but
Stripped
with
down.
no
it's like
special
stripped
effects.
down where everything was like nothing is green screened and like
Mhm.
everything is just whatever it looks like. So because they built
no
a lot of
real
the sets, so some of it
projections.
will look Right, but then some of it, like, suddenly it'll be like, that's not
They
space.
frame it out a little bit so you
Yeah.
can see like the arms like holding the miniatures or whatever.
I believe that's called the Collector's Are You Happy You Losers edition.
Yeah,
Just another way that George Lucas can get more of our money.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
anymore.
think that
It's not his
the remastered ones are horrible. I just think that Jabba the Hutt scene is like super distracting.
It's weird. We're already trying to talk about a better movie. than
Okay,
this.
yeah, let's do this.
All right, so we're gonna press play in 3, 2, 1.
Nice pose.
Fun
I'm gonna use
fact:
that for the screenshot.
Yeah.
this is still 20th Century Fox
Oh.
Oh wow,
Have
look
they
at this.
have they
Thing?
transitioned?
Oh my gosh, look at
because
this.
we enter the 21st century.
Yeah, we're in 21st century.
Oh, but
30th.
it's an old logo.
Yeah, look at this
that.
logo.
And this is
That
the
is
X-Men logo.
definitely
The X will be the
20th
last thing to
century.
fade out.
That is so 20th century.
What? I never knew that.
Here you go. Remember those books?
All those books.
Wait, what are those books? Are those Peter Cottontail books?
No, the books that have that binding are just like,
Oh.
the book is called Baby's Day Out. That was a gimme.
We haven't gotten to the end yet.
Whoa, Joe
Oh,
Mantegna's in
God.
this kid's book?
He's a
love
famous children's book author.
What? Littlefoot boy, no way! I've just been watching Twin Peaks like a lot
Oh,
recently,
is
so
it
like
on
for the
Netflix or
very
something
yes,
now? Okay, because
yes.
everyone started watching.
Joe
it.
Baddeley, I love this
Yeah,
movie.
this is a
full
star-studded
grade A
cast.
cast. Oh my
Joe
god.
Palladino, our undergrad advisor for MUCSB.
Joe, I want to see Joe Palladino in every movie ever.
You should have asked me who's in it. I didn't know there was such a cast.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I ask you like who's in things or
Oh
who's
yeah, you're
directing,
right.
you get upset.
I do get upset because I can't think of any names.
You're like, I don't care. They're actors that mean nothing to me. I'm a writer.
I'm the one that people know.
They're just pieces of meat
Everyone
that I
knows
shove
writers.
around.
No one knows
nobody
actors.
gives us the same kind of accolades.
Was he giving the
They just
Vulcan
say
salutes?
Was he what?
By the way, so those
kid?
two names
I bet
are the
those
two
are
actors
twins.
that play the kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's the problem with babies.
It's a little Mary-Kate
I was
Ashley.
Yeah.
gonna say. I bet
situation.
it's that. I bet it's that.
By the way, I love Elizabeth Olsen. She's
Oh, for
so
sure.
Oh yeah,
good.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
for
Olsen's
sure.
great. It's
She's
kind of
great.
it's kind of in the same way that I love Corey Culkin. You know,
Mm.
it's like
Oh, dude, yeah, I know. He's
way
so
better
good.
than Macaulay.
So good. Like,
I'm just sorry,
not
Macaulay.
to
If
throw
you're watching the
shade,
stream,
but he is kind of better.
yeah.
Should we pull up the mail client so we can keep track of comments?
Well, just check it on your phone. Wait,
Oh, we're seeing like high rises now and some
this is
sort
a
of
cute
like
credit
things.
sequence.
It's weird that it takes place in Oklahoma.
Have you ever been to Oklahoma City?
I haven't. I want to.
It's so interesting because like it has high rises
Uh-huh.
and it has all these giant buildings. Hey, John Hughes, our hero.
Is this
or
like
one
in
of
a
them.
courthouse? No, they're in like a train station.
This is like the Disneyland ride of
Oklahoma,
Of
you
this
know.
movie.
I would ride
stuff.
a baby's day out amusement park ride. This is cute. Also, the baby has Tintin hair in this.
Oh, this was
intro.
not. I didn't know this wasn't directed by John Hughes.
No.
Because I saw it was written
Yeah.
by John Hughes, but I didn't know
DJR.
it as a John Hughes movie. Oh, a
We
baby.
open on a baby.
CGI baby. That's just mind blowing.
This is the
I
American
picked a
Sniper
pretty cute
baby.
baby.
He's like, wow, really cute baby.
To finish my thought on Oklahoma City,
Oh.
it's just weird because like you're used to cities with high rises being like everything is compact, but Oklahoma City there's so much space in the streets, and like it's just a city with high rises that are really far apart from each other. It's like there's so much space.
That's weird.
It is really it's really odd to walk around there because you're like,
Oh my God, this
there's
baby's
like you can see the
rich.
sky.
This baby's so rich.
I don't like this baby already.
This privileged
Screw you,
ass
baby.
baby with this giant room. That room's like the size of my old apartment.
He even has a book that's been made into a movie about him. Jeez.
Ah. Oh, he's so cute though. Look at that smile.
Yeah,
It's
he is.
okay, baby.
He is really cute.
He's so cute. Did I just see her in something?
Sex and the City.
Oh my God,
What?
is that
Miranda?
what?
Yeah.
No way! That's awesome! Miranda.
She's also in an episode of SVU.
that baby is such
In
a
case Holland
Miranda.
Vargas is watching.
I think she was in an episode of House one time.
I get it. So the parents are like not really into their child.
Oh, and but also now I like the babysitter, but I was going to kind of hate on her because she's like, the baby's so tired of this book. But then it's a baby. Like, the baby's not tired of that book.
The baby,
So little.
I think we give kids like not quite enough credit for what they can be entertained or not entertained by. I think they know a lot more than we think they do.
think they
but
do,
at the
but
same
that's a
time,
baby.
I'm pretty sure that that kid is still pretty fascinated by the fact
Yeah.
that you can open a book
Yeah.
and there's pictures. in there.
In my family, like, there's like a Filipino game where you just like you entertain babies by literally going close, open, close, open for like hours. Like they're still amazed at that.
I'm still pretty. Oh wow!
What?
We're getting introduced to the villains super early. I
There
mean, I'm
are
assuming
villains.
that this is the villain setup, but I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not though.
Michael asks, what do you think so far? Fantastic. Outstanding.
Outstanding.
There's so many faces of babies being thrown at the screen right now. Not
This
just
is
the
like
actual baby.
The villains are like, I mean, the setup is very like simplistic and colorful. It's sort of like a Home Alone type of setup where it's like, quick, here's the parents and this is the kid and they don't pay attention to the kid and here's like the wacky villains.
Mhm.
So it's hard to say. Or like a Richie Rich.
And here's the butler.
You guys remember Richie Rich?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do remember Richie
I
Rich.
like that movie.
Yeah, Richie Rich was cool.
I wonder if it holds up.
The one thing I still remember from that movie was the moment where they knocked the nose off of somebody on Mount Rushmore, and the mom's like, oh, it's them. It's pictures
It's
of them.
a statue
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, and the mom's like, oh my god, I look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that joke because I didn't get it.
I
And I
didn't.
had to have it explained to me.
I didn't get it at the time either, like until you just said it right now. I
Right.
forgot about that joke because I just like erased it because I didn't get it at the time.
Right. Which made me think like, wow, it's, oh, baby face.
Cuttlefish, bye-bye.
Which is funny that like, I didn't quite realize, whoa. I didn't realize just how early Michael Jackson was getting compared to like white women. You know,
Yeah.
like how early in his career, like I mean,
In his-
compared to me anyway, like you know, compared to my experience of like knowing what
Mhm.
Michael Jackson was all about.
So these villains they're clearly villains that have things in their heads, but they carry around an appointment book of babies. What's that about?
You know, they're responsible thieves.
I think that they stole the appointment book from somebody.
Like a daycare, yeah.
Yes, that must be what's going on. They wouldn't have.
They also have like a baby car.
Oh my god, this
No, but see,
Scary.
they're like, but yeah, they're
They're like
coming
the
in.
murderer ice cream truck people, like
Wait, who are the murderer ice cream truck people?
like baby butt.
Just random baby butt.
Oh my god,
Babies are kind
demographic.
of cute in a weird way.
No, this baby's
I'd
super
say,
cute. Not in a weird way.
I'd say babies are cute in a baby kind of way.
Yeah. Like sometimes babies.
I don't think it's weird to think a baby looks cute.
That's cute. Like I don't think I understand like some babies are cute in a weird way because you're like, whoa, a baby, this is weird. But like this baby's super cute. Like it's just
Yes, because honestly, I mean, pop culture has done this for us,
Yeah.
has raised this point before, but there are definitely some ugly babies out there.
oh yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real here. Come on.
They
Like
kind
that
of look
baby
like
on the back of the
aliens
truck.
sometimes.
For
That's
one.
an ugly baby. Downtown baby stealers. Downtown.
Downtown
Oh,
kidnappers.
When I was saying ice cream truck murderer people, I just meant like, you know,
Dexter,
as
season 1.
the ice cream.
Whoa, look at these hipsters.
Whoa, wow.
This would be a great Halloween costume.
Oh my god,
Wow.
what a
He's
No,
got
I
like
was
this
thinking of,
chiffon, like,
people who are
vest on.
in shady vans. Like I used to like make jokes about people in shady vans is more what I meant to say about
Oh,
the ice cream
yes.
truck thing. Like
I
oh,
see what
that's-
you mean.
Like it's a van that sells ice cream or does something else, but you're like, I'm not going over that van because like even though it says that it's a van of some kind, it looks like really shady.
I get you. No, I
Yeah.
understand. Like the shady looking mobile.
Yeah.
I just liked how specific
that I
your
said I-
version came out. Like the
It
ice
did.
cream truck killer people. Like, oh yeah, the ice cream truck killers. Oh, and that butler
Yeah.
is famous. What does he do? He's
So they're like pretending to be baby photographers, but they're gonna kidnap people and then they're gonna try and get the money from rich because
Yes, I
it's
think
definitely a plot point that this family's like super
This
rich.
had to be based off of like a 1920s silent film that was like 30 seconds. And then they were like, let's just adapt it. And it made no sense. So they were like, I guess there's a baby photographer service.
the
nice.
baby got kidnapped. Oh, the baby foiled the plan. Oh, okay, baby's back. Let's
I
make that an hour
straight
and a half.
up love the idea of the Halloween costume of these guys. That is so funny.
By the way, if you guys want to comment, it's a little hard to check YouTube, so go ahead and feel free to tweet at us at #2 Broke Geeks, #2 Broke Geeks. We're all numeral. This is a good lighting setup. These guys are actual photographers.
I
That's
thought
what I was
they're
gonna say.
bad
Like,
guys.
if these are the guys that their only mission is to jack the baby photographer's van and then pretend to be photographers so that they can steal a baby.
But
Like they're really good at this lighting setup.
They might as
They
well
know
just be the
something.
photographers and make an honest living at that, because like they could get people to pay them so much money. They're servicing rich families, and they clearly know how to like set up lights and have a lot of equipment.
Yeah, they know what's going on.
This has to be based off of what?
That was so weird. Why is Joe Mantegna in the book as a pig?
So
He's just reading the tales of Odysseus and happened to be.
Oh yeah, is that one of the lost episodes from like it's an ancient tablet where the pig people come and steal Odysseus's baby?
Did the baby hit him in the crotch? That's not possible.
Yeah, this baby is full of angst.
Isn't that what happened? How
I
did
think
that happen?
so.
He picked up the baby, and then there was a sound effect of someone getting hit in the crotch,
Yeah.
and he was going, "Oh!" But the baby was like up here. How long would the baby?
There's a scene that they cut out of the movie that establishes that the baby enjoys kicking pigs in the crotch.
Yeah.
So like the whole setup with the pig in
Just
the
was
book makes a
ruined.
lot more sense.
Joss Whedon really wanted that scene in, but unfortunately,
They should do a remaster it and put the CG of the little babies like kicking so that we understand.
These guys are the villains from what's it called? Scrooge McDuck show. DuckTales, right?
DuckTales.
These are the bad guys from DuckTales, like the rats. Remember?
Oh yeah.
They have the little mustaches.
They have the
and they
mustaches.
sneak around.
Mhm. I like that. Wow, where did they get this baby? Or these two babies, I guess.
Yeah.
These two kids.
If you look really carefully on her dress, you can actually see the fish woven in to represent the House of Tully.
Oh yeah. Did you guys see that like article about how elaborate the Game of Thrones costumes are?
Mm-mm.
It's crazy. You should look it up later.
Okay. What's it about?
It's like, it's just showing the costumes, but up close, like
Mhm.
without people wearing them. Just
Oh.
it's kind of a highlighting of the costumes.
You guys are missing a very creepy
sorry.
line.
May I spend some time alone with this
She
child?
says she wants the photograph to be a work of art, and he's just like, yes, but only if you leave me alone with your child. Why? Well, then why does that make any sense? And also, why are you letting this baby slowly fall off this armchair?
I wonder whose
it's
line in the
upside
script that was. Was that you, John Hughes, or was that other guy? I feel bad. What was your name, other guy?
Peter something.
Serafinowicz. Let's just say Peter Serafinowicz directed this movie. If you guys want to tweet at Peter Serafinowicz and say thank you for directing Baby's Day Out.
How old would he have been when this movie came out?
Peter Serafinowicz? Probably 12. I don't know how old he is.
No, not
This is an oldish movie.
12.
However old he is, he looks great for his age.
He does.
Because he's a very good looking
But
gentleman.
I mean, he's like an adult now. He's a real adult, not like us. He's like a genuine
He's not
adult.
sitting around watching Baby's Day
Wait,
Out.
are we talking about the baby or the director of this movie? Because
We're
I think
talking
the
about the
director was an
actor Peter
adult.
Serafinowicz,
Oh,
who's
okay.
definitely not the director of this movie. He
Okay.
just decided to say Peter Serafinowicz. Peter Serafinowicz is the actor from like Spaced and a bunch of Edgar Wright movies.
He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wait, which
He's
one
one of the
is he?
Nova Corps
Which one
guys.
is he in Space? Or,
Oh, in Spaced, he's or in Shaun of the Dead, he's the roommate.
oh yeah.
Pete.
Cool.
So he was like, he's a full-fledged adult, and we were like small children when this movie came out.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
he was probably like a teenager.
Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright both left Twitter before Joss Whedon. I just realized.
Oh, Edgar Wright left Twitter too.
Oh,
he said it was.
and Edgar Wright didn't go and make news on the internet.
Wait, Edgar Wright left.
In fact, he cut all the scenes from Ant-Man.
No, how am I supposed to know when he's at the New Beverly or not?
He just always is.
Okay.
Just assume he's there, and you'll probably be right.
I always check it. Like, should I go to New Beverly tonight? Maybe Edgar Wright's there.
But how often do you actually go to the New
I
Beverly?
don't usually
He
know
just stole the
that.
baby.
Yeah.
Me
He stole the
either.
baby.
I
I
would
saw
do
that
though.
coming.
If
No,
you-
I always check. I'm like, he's there. I should go. And I'm like, it's like
We
in
should
3
go the
hours.
next time a cool double feature comes up.
Yeah, I
Like
mean to
Baby's
go.
Day Out and Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I've only seen like 20 minutes of this movie, but I agree.
If you guys could be stuck with only one book, if you could be trapped with only one book, what book would it be? Go ahead and tweet us the answer, or leave in the comments, which hopefully we can check.
And feel
Baby's Day Out
free-
is the correct
And
answer.
feel free to delineate between children's books and real books.
Yeah.
Chapter books.
Novels, if you will.
I
War
read
and Peace,
chapter
not like the
books.
baby version.
Yeah.
Like, they did not need to go. This is so much effort. Like, they could have gotten paid so much.
This movie is a prequel to The Matrix.
Oh, there's the scary man. They have a scary
That kid is Neo.
Yeah.
He's like already getting introduced to
It's like such a horrible plan, because what if somebody wanted to stay with the baby at all times? Then they would just have to take the pictures and leave.
Yeah. Well, Joe Mantegna is very convincing.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that that's Miranda.
Why do they leave?
We have your baby. Don't call the police. Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up so bad. Oh. What was number 2? What was number 2?
And then this one's photo. This one's faxed, I assume, at this year.
Yeah.
They did such a questionable plan though. Like, seriously, would they not expect there to be like more staff in the house, like more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they went to a few houses and the plan backfired and they just gave them some shitty pictures. And this was the first one where they're like, leave us alone with your baby. And they're finally like, okay. Like, oh, these people are idiots. Let's take this baby out of here. I hope that the baby doesn't wear that hat.
The
For the rest of the
time,
movie.
I know,
a
it's so
pretty dumb
horrible.
hat.
I'm pretty sure like the joke of the hat is to be horrible too. So like I hope.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to take the baby on the transition from like, rich spoiled baby to, I don't know,
Working class or a
street smart baby or something.
It's the opposite of Great Expectations. Miss Havisham will take that hat away.
Is he like strangling this
oh,
baby?
is his name?
He's trying to change the baby.
Oh, check this out. Use of jump cuts. Fresh New Wave
Wow.
French New Wave paving the way for YouTube jump cuts.
This is like YouTube before YouTube.
Oh my god. There's actually a section where the baby starts talking to the camera and like.
So I was on Minecraft earlier today, and
and that baby is making more money than we will ever dream of.
Yeah.
This is so weird of a movie.
Yeah, I like that they're like okay, let's have a discussion.
He's a good dad. That's actually how you find out. You put it on the bed. Yeah, you're right. That's how you test the milk temperature. Oh.
Oh.
Good
Baby.
baby laugh.
We saw him in person. Remember in Santa Barbara? He had that film about manic depression.
No, it wasn't about
Joe
manic depression.
Pantoliano.
It was about depression.
Pantoliano.
The Matrix guy.
The Matrix guy.
Okay, if he is Pantaleone, what's the bread that you eat during Christmas?
That's
Panettone?
Panettone. It's like Penelope.
Ow!
Oh, whoa.
That was not stage combat. That was a hit.
His hair is like, his whole look is like Biff. from
That was
Back to the
more
Future.
intense
Yeah.
than I had expected that hit to be. I mean,
What was that
usually you
Foley?
wait for people to go, oh, but that he went like all the way down.
It was needlessly intense.
Was that Foley like a bowling ball hitting a piece of frozen turkey?
I think they had 5 pieces of thin balsa wood and they launched and they launched a bowling ball at it. Or they had a potato gun and they just shot a potato through it.
Oh.
So Patrick Reed Johnson is the name of the director who I thought you were talking about earlier.
When you said Peter Seraphim,
When you said
his name
because
wasn't
it's
even
3
Peter?
words with
Damn
like a P
it.
at the beginning.
Okay.
So
I knew
got
it was P.
confused.
I knew it was P in 3 words, dude.
He's holding down his cereal so he can get more cereal with the milk. That's brilliant.
This baby has great faces.
Yeah,
Look at that
baby's-
face. It's like,
I wonder if one of the twins had better faces than the other one, and they just used the other one as like a
it's
stunt
like the
double.
back of the head.
It's just like, oh, God, this guy.
how did they get his baby's face? Like,
That
this
baby's
baby's the
straight
best
mugging.
actor. Did they sit there for hours until he made that face? You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's talk for a second about working with kids. Am
Yeah.
I right? Like, maybe babies are easier to work with, but like all the behind the scenes featurettes of the Goonies that I have listened to lead me to believe that working with lots of kids seems like it's quite the task to take on.
I like that you have
So-
watched multiple featurettes.
The
About
Goonies
the
is a
Goonies.
masterpiece, so of course I have.
Nobody's arguing
But-
that the Goonies is a masterpiece.
But
I want that toy. What is that? It's like a little like Dixie vaudevillian.
These guys are not that bad with this kid.
No, they're pretty good. The baby never goes back home, by the way. This is just
If I had to like be
fruit rings.
if I had to be a criminal,
Rings.
not choosing based on like the severity of the crime, like if I had to be, if they were like, you're in the criminal world and you have to just choose a job that you think will be the most fun, like these guys look like they're having a pretty good time.
Yeah, kidnapping and taking care of kids.
Like if criminal was just a job that you just had to have, like everyone just had, you have to have a certain number of criminals, and it's like the Minion League.
You're like an RPG or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'd do that because I get to like, play with the baby all day. It's not my baby. Like I don't have to take care of it. I just like sing songs and hit my friends and baby laps.
So if you were to be any kind of criminal in a society that required criminals to be there, you would choose baby kidnapper.
And if I'm not counting severity of crime in terms of like what makes my decision. It's like, okay, so like this is your job. Like as though I was going to a job interview and I was deciding which job, like, okay, well that has good hours and I could work with my friends and
you do kind of get to make your own hours.
Yeah.
But a baby is a full-time job.
Well, only for like a couple of weeks or however long until the parents get
until you get the $5 million that you need.
Sort of like a baby.
If you guys had
really
to be any criminal, if you had to have any criminal job, what would it be? Go ahead and tweet at us number 2 Brokies.
I don't think
you
we should
had
encourage this question at all.
Again, you could. It's about the fun of it. Like,
Yeah,
what's like
within the like
I think
the
this
nice
is
naive realm of criminals of this
like
realm.
in a movie.
Like
Let's say
don't
in
be a
movie.
criminal in Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, like
that's all.
that's why I think this is a bad question.
I would be like one of those people who
Because, like, crime is
vandalizes
bad.
like whale boats. You know, like boats that attack whales. I'd be
No,
one
but
of those
that's
people
now
who,
you're
poses.
using like the judging of like the severity of the crime. Because like obviously if I was going to judge on that, I'd choose a crime that was like more justified or more sympathetic
I don't
than
think
baby kidnapper.
I'd be that guy, that French graffiti artist who's in the news right now for tagging the boulder in Joshua Tree, and everyone's like, you can't do that.
I don't know about this. What happened?
Oh, people are like now vandalizing national parks, and they're like, but it's a public space, and they're just like, right, but that doesn't mean you can vandalize.
Yeah.
No, but it's a park.
Omar was listening to 89.9 with me too.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
KBCC.
Were you guys talking about this?
No, wait, KBCC is 80.
Oh.
You're talking about
9.3.
KCRW.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I'm
Talking
thinking
about
KCRW. But it's all in.
It's 1 or 2 on my dial.
Yeah. The nipper, as my sister calls it.
He's this movie as well.
He's what? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I
Who's
recognize
this guy?
Didn't he
him.
run for office?
More Miranda.
Like recently, he ran for office, right?
Mm-hmm. She has a very
Yeah.
similar. I feel like John Hughes casts mothers very similarly.
They look the same. Do you think his
I
mom
forget her
looks like
name.
that?
Maybe. Oh, that's interesting. That makes me think of that scene at the beginning of Her, where they're where the OS is like figuring itself, and it asks like, "How's your relationship with your mother?" And he's like, "Well, she always makes it about her whenever we try to talk about me." And then it's like, "Okay, that's enough."
Yeah.
It's like, I think we have everything we need here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mom in I forget, she's also a famous actress whose name I'm forgetting, but the mom in Home Alone also, I don't know.
Oh yeah, what's
I
her
feel
name?
like she has a similar.
Looks really similar.
She looks similar to like Lara Flynn Boyle in this movie, or at least they did the hair to make her look.
90s moms were all like.
That baby's reaction to that pigeon was priceless.
This baby is such a good actor. Look at this baby. It's like acting with a cat. Like if I saw a cat doing this, I would be just as impressed.
What's
You know how when
amazing
you
is
see a cat like on screen and you're like, and it just is something super simple like a cat would do. And you're like, how did they get it to stand there? Because it's
That's
like
why
hard.
that's why I wonder about this baby's upbringing, because I'm starting to think that maybe these parents started training this kid like a dog, like where they have look here, and then they snap and they're able to make the baby do a certain or whatever. You know, like the baby likes
clickers,
it.
You know, that with dogs, like and stuff with it, like the clicker that they associate with. Like,
I know, like if that. I hope that's not the case. I hope this baby just takes direction really well. But I mean, who knows?
Well, there's 2 of them, I guess. So
yeah, if one of them.
maybe they've got a
isn't
B
so
in it. They
good.
got 2 identical sets, and they just like take whatever the best
Mhm.
baby can do.
I want to see Lars von Trier make a movie with a baby as good as this. I want to see what movie that turns out to be.
This as a double feature with Antichrist would be a horrible, horrible double feature.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
a movie about a baby that falls out a window.
Is
Don't
it?
tell her. It should be the one that you
Another
make
one.
up for me.
He hasn't seen it or Antichrist.
That would be the most disturbing thing to watch. If we're like, oh hey, who wants to watch a fun movie tonight? Antichrist.
Oh no, baby. Okay, this is kind of like what I thought. The baby is gonna fall and ew.
Oh, baby's drooling.
When did that happen?
Spits. It didn't spit.
Okay, so 90s movies
True.
had such good setups of bad guys where like it would just be like something they don't like about each other. Like bad guys never got along in 90s films.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always bicker amongst themselves.
Like now we have like Thanos fighting with like another like demigod or whatever. But in 90s movies it was always like 3 not great guys and they all hated each other. And then it was always stuff like this, like a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Everybody took a lot of great lessons from the Three Stooges in the 90s.
Yeah.
Can I have
Push in the
another
front?
cider?
You can. Have
I don't know.
another cider.
May you have
Oh,
another
thank
cider?
you. I didn't see. I
Oh.
actually didn't see those there. That's a real
The
surprise.
The baby's on the roof. Baby's on the roof. Watch out, baby. Baby's on the
Oh,
roof.
Joe Pantoliano turned into the baby. Oh no, we just stopped watching it. Whoa, Joe got up on the bed. Oh my God, there's 2 Joes. I can't keep referring to one as Joe because
Yeah.
there's Joe Mantegna and there's Joe Pantoliano.
Not
Panettone
safe.
bread.
Pantone bread.
Mmm.
Norby.
Oh
That's
yeah, and
his
that
name, Norby. Okay, we'll call him Norby.
Norby. Okay,
This is
Who
totally
is-
like, oh my God, this shot's amazing. I love that shot.
So that
This
has
is
to
the
be a
Matrix.
painting, right?
I love
again,
this.
this.
Oh my God, he is the one.
Yeah, this gives a lot of credence to this being the prequel to The Matrix. Like, this is.
Oh my God, I
Oh.
love this. This is like all the parts of Home Alone. It's just like all only that and none of like Macaulay Culkin's storyline. Just the bad guys.
The kid doesn't have to talk or be annoying.
The
or
bad
anything
guys are like
that.
almost the protagonists of this film.
Oh. So that happened to me when I was a kid and I was playing with my brother. We were launching Beanie Babies with a
Mhm.
plank of wood. And then he launched it and I was looking at the Beanie Baby and it hit my lip and just boom.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
The Beanie Baby broke your lip open?
I think a piece of wood.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
What speed would that Beanie Baby have to be going at?
Traveling at the speed of Beanie Baby.
What was your favorite Beanie Baby growing up, and do you still have any in your collection, hoping
Thank
that
you.
you can pay for your college, your kid's
Dude,
college tuition?
I know you're asking
Tweet
them.
at Two Broke Geeks.
I know you're asking them, but I have an answer.
Oh, do you?
Because I totally like last time I went home, I looked in my garage. Classic. He did not react to that at all.
No.
When I last time I went home and looked at my garage, we found all the Beanie Babies that we had saved,
Mhm.
and we like looked it up. They were not worth this. They were not worth anything.
Sorry.
Did
Ridiculous.
they just drop a mannequin? Like,
Oh God! How come nobody does physical comedy like
Yeah.
this anymore? Not saying that this is a pinnacle of it or anything.
No,
but,
this
you
is
know,
pretty great.
You know, I don't see a lot of movies this broad anymore.
you know,
So you
movie
look-
has 98% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
But
Spy.
really,
Spy has a nearly
Oh,
perfect
really?
rating.
like
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
I love Melissa McCarthy.
I like her too. Wow, you don't know anything.
And
about
Jason
her.
Statham as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who's also in that movie.
Jude Law.
Oh, Jude Law's
Jude Law's
good too.
also in it. Yep.
We've been
Love the
watching.
Alfie.
Rose Byrne.
We've been watching a lot of like older movies, you know, kind of 90s movies and stuff like that, and noticing that like
Whoa,
even
he
normal
kind of looks like
houses-
Bradley Cooper.
He
but
does.
he's
I
also
thought that
good.
too. I thought that too. But like noticing that even normal people's houses look really rich, and we're like, is that just because of the way movies were made,
Mhm.
or is it because like they were making a set and it looks nice and that was the style, or is it because like the 90s were so prosperous? And
I
that
think
was, like,
it's-
a
I
pretty
think it-
accurate depiction. Of
I
how
think it's
normal houses
because like the house that they could get that would cost them the least was the producer's house.
You think it's always no.
I think the
it's
producer
always like
just
a
let them
set,
film in a
you know,
house.
like we were watching Sleepless in Seattle. We watched
Mhm.
like all these. They just the sets always looked like, wow, that's a really rich house. It was like not that rich, it was just big.
Whose
And I
house
didn't know if
is
it's,
is
like-
rich? I mean, is it Meg Ryan's
No,
house
just
that's
like
rich?
normal. Any like we watched a lot of movies from like 80s, 90s, and like any normal looking house.
Mhm.
And then part of it is it's like clearly a set, so it's big because you have the cameras moving around.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if it was that because like it's big because it's a set and it's
Mhm.
easier to move, and that's the kind of like a lot of movies were made on sets as opposed to like just location.
Yeah.
Or if like legitimately people were buying that as like a normal house and we're just super poor now. and
Well,
we
I
don't
think,
know.
I mean, the 90s were a rather prosperous time.
Like
I mean,
economically they were
we
prosperous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like maybe they were really that.
We had Bush economics and Clinton socialism.
Yeah, it was a good time for Hollywood houses.
Because
Yeah.
like none of these houses, like you had a pretty good argument, but none of these houses in this movie, for example, are like real. They're all sets.
Right. No,
So like, you know what I mean?
Bye, baby.
I feel like
I definitely would set up tournament they were in as a set. Like,
News at noon. Who does news at noon?
the 90s. 1994 does the news at noon.
Oh my god, what if someone holds up a sign at the back of the bus? There's a bomb on the bus. We can't slow down under 50 miles per hour.
I'd like to see somebody make kind of just this whole sort of crossover amalgamation crazy movie that's like all the movies of the 90s turn into one movie.
Oh.
So like this would suddenly be turn into
Speed.
and then after that there's probably I can't think of.
Did you guys see the? I think it's Funny or
And then
Die.
Kevin Bacon would come in.
Funny or Die's video where it was the Transformers ruining all your favorite Oscar movies.
No.
It just keeps showing Oscar movies where scenes take place in cars, like 50-50 and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, like a Transformer comes through, and it cuts to the movie Transformers, and it destroys a similar looking car. Like Forrest Gump, like the bus. They're talking the bus, and then it cuts to the Transformers movie, and then it ends with Michael Bay talking about how great the Autobots are.
So good. It just destroyed the world. They're great.
It's so perfect. You guys can't drive like this.
they're
It's
like,
so
okay, so here's the thing.
dangerous.
They're really freaking out, but like, as far as that bus driver knows, it could just be like, what if you accidentally left your baby on the bus and you need to get their attention? Like, they could just follow the bus, say, hey, that's our baby, we accidentally left him, and no one on the bus would go, that's my baby, because it's not any of their babies.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is Plato talked about this and said an innocent man put in a guilty man's body will still suffer less than a guilty man put in an innocent man's body. So
What
if
was
they
it?
were
A
alive,
guilty man?
an innocent man put into a guilty man's body and punished will still suffer less than a guilty man put in an innocent man's body who
I
gets
don't-
away with the crime.
I don't think
Basically,
I don't
it's
think
your
that the guilty
consciousness
man's
that makes you
conscious will-
guilty or innocent.
Like, what if you're just really super guilty, like a bad person?
Well, that's the case. Remember in Buffy season 4, they explore that.
Like, I get
Which
it.
arc?
I get what he's saying, but I feel like there's
I
got
don't
to
say
be
too
some
much.
people who are just
Oh, that's
bad.
right. Just in case there are
This is
some
really short, right?
followers from your
Yeah.
show who are like, which I gotta say, if you are not listening to the Sunnydale Study Group, please listen to it. It's like one of my favorite podcasts.
Thank you.
It really
I was gonna
is.
be
No, I
honest.
listen
Thank
to it
you.
a lot. Yeah, it's great.
In your top podcast.
It's in my top podcast.
This
It's
is
great
totally where they shot Saturday Night Live. No, not Saturday Night.
Oh no, Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever. So
Totally,
the
yeah.
can, right?
Yes, the whole opening of the scene where he's like, I'm the working class, look, what am I doing? I just want to dance.
I'm relatable. I'm gonna walk by this woman and chase her for a little while. You like me, right? It's the 70s. Who wants to do some cocaine? It's a productive drug.
Oh man, I was definitely listening to some Isaac Hayes disco yesterday morning when I went up and did my little morning drawing routine. That was great. Listen to Isaac Hayes, everybody. He's great.
Disco's not
How does
dead.
a person not notice that a baby is in her purse? Like, there's no way.
Right, like, oh my god, my purse is like 15 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
It's actually a sad story.
And it's moving in there.
She got frostbite on an arm, and so her nerves actually don't work.
It wouldn't even matter the nerves in your arm. Like, it's impossible not to notice that you picked up, when you pick up your
Well, they
bag,
put a
there's
camera
baby
in.
there.
This is amazing. You got reverse
Yeah, the
shot.
angles are very interesting. Good job, Peter Serpentowitz.
Film had just turned, if I'm not wrong, or no, film had turned 99 in this year. This is 1994, right?
Oh
95 was Dawn.
yeah.
So yeah, film was film, guys. This movie was.
This is a celebration of.
This is
of
a
cinema.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
what John
if she
Hughes
had
is
swung
going
with that bag though.
Yeah.
Whoa! And we got some awesome, strong female characters in this movie.
Yeah.
She's like,
In a muumuu. Is that what
yeah,
you
I
call
was gonna
that?
say, like, that is not flattering. Like, she's totally fine, but her outfit, like, is just not flattering. It's a muumuu.
Yeah, I don't know what a moo is, but
it's probably
I'm pretty
that.
sure that's what a moo
Yeah.
is.
I only know Moo from like that one episode of The Simpsons.
Do you guys know about her character right now, by the way? What's she doing?
She's beating them up.
She thought that they were making fat jokes.
Oh,
That's why she was like-
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
what
great.
is-
She's super self-empowered.
Aw.
Also,
set
and
fire
she's
to the
expressing
rain.
appearance.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like her, actually,
She's a
her
grown
hair
ass
and her
woman.
earrings and stuff
She's a
was
grown
very
ass
like cared for, but that dress was still. I mean, it was the '90s.
If this is The Walking Dead, this is going to be a really scary scene.
Yeah. Somebody should do like a recut of this as of Baby's Day Out as if it is an episode of The Walking Dead.
In
Like the way that they recut The Shining to make it seem like it was a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
The
one of my
Shining.
favorite things.
Baby's Day
ever.
Out in Atlanta, Georgia.
All the people walking around can have.
Hey,
like,
that's a
superimposed
Calder
faces.
piece. Did you see it?
Wait,
There
where?
was a Calder movie.
Really?
Painting. Yeah.
Oh my god, is
Who
this the
is
scene
she
from
from?
Elf? That's
She's
Zoe
the
Deschanel.
That would be so
Somebody.
awesome. Oh my god, yeah, and then it turns into Elf, which is not technically a '90s film, but like we can put it in.
But
like,
it's.
the
I mean,
arts.
it's like a
it has
90s
a lot of
film.
it has a lot of tropes.
It's a
and they're
90s
similar.
film with a grown man, so kind of like a 90s film all grown up.
It's like the '90s grew up in the Audis.
It was
Yeah.
a John Favreau movie, right?
I love the movie.
He was
Yeah,
John
it was
Favreau.
John
It was
Favreau.
like his
Right before
third movie
Iron
or
Man.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Swingers. He did that other
Yeah.
one, and then he did the board game movie, right?
Zathura.
Zathura.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Elf, unless it was Elf and then Zathura. I don't quite
And then
remember.
Iron Man.
Remember how
And then
I was
Iron Man.
like, you're like, what's this movie about? And I'm like, this baby's going around and bad things almost happen to it.
Mhm.
But wait, that can't be for 2 hours. But it is.
It
so-
totally is. No,
It's
this is
This
the
is
not.
like
oddest.
so
movie's only an
boring.
hour and
Like
20 minutes.
it's colorful and exciting to look at, but also it's super boring to think that like this is probably gonna be the whole movie.
Okay, so
the
what-
structure of this is actually based very heavily off of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
should pay attention. It's
Somebody
like-
can make like it's such a good like analysis of this movie.
The woman
Film analysis.
was Poseidon.
Wait till he gets to the sirens. Oh my god, it is something else.
Her name is Persephone. His nanny is the nymph that Odysseus is
Yeah, that-
playing with
yeah.
for like years. And
And I
an
guess
Asian
that-
news correspondent. This is very progressive.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
Veterans Retirement Home. Okay. Veterans of what war?
You know what war? The war. So the Cold War.
Okay.
The spokesman from the photography studio declined to comment. That's not a good PR spin.
Did they include that? Was that in there?
And they said no, they didn't say the PR spin, but they said the spokesman didn't comment.
That's so funny.
Dude,
like,
Did they?
why do they even feel like they need to include
Why was that
that
line even there?
Why? Who thought
Like,
like?
you use the same
Oh, we
gag
should
again.
make sure that like the baby photographers are like covered, you know?
Yeah, it's
They're
the
like,
same gag. Is that like
And
the
through
same
the
shot?
door.
What is this?
it's
So
a reversal. It's like poetry.
whoever
Wraparound.
guesses right has to take a large drink. I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Since we're now in the middle of our
Since this
movie.
movie is boring.
It's not boring. It's a little
Hey,
baby walking
man.
through New York.
I feel like the broad comedy bits are actually
Look at
really,
this.
whoa,
Okay.
actually very well
I think
choreographed. and
I think
laughed
it's
at.
good. Okay, the thing is, it's good yet boring because like the scenes are great. It's very colorful. It's great to look at. Oh my God.
New TV.
Wait, so she's reporting about a missing baby,
And
and,
there's a
she
baby
goes down
there.
and she's like, "There's a baby."
And she
Look,
doesn't
if
say
she
anything.
solves the case, her job is over.
Yeah,
She's cut from the force.
You're done, Asian.
She
news
needs to
correspondent.
create news, not report it.
Finished.
Okay, so I asked you this earlier, but I'm asking now, and whoever gets closest has to take a drink. How long did this movie run internationally in theaters?
Oh,
Non-stop, consecutively.
international.
I'm not saying it started in the U.S., then it canceled, then it played in
Oh,
Britain.
you know what?
Like,
Internationally,
what
it
was
probably
the
did better
longest
because there's
run?
like so little plot in this. Like you don't need to. Like it's more.
It's
visual.
kind of the perfect movie to talk over for an hour and a half because there's a lot of visual cues.
Yeah.
Where,
This
like,
is
But you don't even
kind of-
need-
This
like,
is
they
the
would
cloud
not-
atlas of its time.
They like straight up would not even need to translate this movie. Like you could still follow what's happening.
You have a
Yes,
president
I'm gonna
viewer.
go. I'm gonna go with 2 years. I'm gonna say that this movie ran internationally and continuously for 2 years. Whatever you say is probably going to be closer.
9 months.
9 months.
You are closer. It ran for 1 whole year in India.
Wow.
In theaters.
Wow.
It was remade, I believe, 3 times. Now,
and it was 3 hours, and there was more musical sequences, and
yeah,
there was also like a spy from another family.
This guy's in it.
This guy's. That guy. He's in like every mob movie.
It's seriously like, the thing is that it's not boring like if you just take the shots. The shots are interesting, but the reason it's so boring is that there's so little plot. Like, I just need it to connect. Like, I need there to be something.
Well, okay, so here's the 4 people you're following. 3 people are guys who
Bad
kidnap
guys.
babies, and
Yeah.
1 is a baby. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to like find a connection with
Like,
those characters.
Exactly.
I
But
don't
I'm
feel
sure it
your
did well
plight.
internationally.
all the characters are active.
Yeah, they
That's
definitely
more than we
keep
can say for
moving.
Game of
Straight
Thrones.
up, if they, like, I
It's
loved
true.
the villains when they came
Where?
in.
What's happening to Braun? What is happening to Braun? Damn it!
Oh, I
Like,
didn't see
why
him
is
for
it been?
ages.
He's in a cage. He's about to die. And they're like, actually, we don't want you to die. Why? Because you're very
Guys are
popular.
probably giving
Yeah.
spoilers.
That happened last week.
Yeah, but still spoilers. It just happened last week.
Yeah, well, anyway, he died.
What an asshole! That's great. I just caught up to Game of
I'm
Thrones
not caught
like
up, actually.
3 days ago. I've literally been I hadn't watched anything past the end of season 1, and I was just
Whoa.
like, I'm not gonna watch this. But
Wow,
then I
you
got
caught up from
then
like
I got
season
HBO now,
one?
and like in 2 months, or maybe a
From
month and a
season
half.
1? Holy crap.
I don't want to think about how much Game of Thrones that was, but there was definitely
That's a
days
lot.
where I was just sitting at my home office, drawing and watching Game of Thrones happen. I had a lot of weird thoughts.
This is like in Roger Rabbit when they turn around and it's like the ugly woman. Remember that scene?
Wait, which scene is that?
At the where he's just like
He
running
thinks
up
it's
to
Jessica Rabbit, and she
but
turns
it's like
into
another
like an
woman.
ugly lady.
Wait, what part
Who's
is that? Is
from-
that in
who's
the
from Roger
club?
When
or
he goes
is that-
into Toontown and he
Oh, he
falls
goes
out
into
the window.
Toontown. Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a cartoon movie.
Could you bear me?
Yes.
All right, next question for you guys. A remake of Baby's Day Out when it was going on for this is actually after it ran for an entire year in
Mhm.
India. It was remade 3 times in India in different languages.
3 times.
3 different times, 3 different
Wow.
movies. And then one of the remakes was just inexplicably named after another film. What was the other film?
Oh my God.
3 men
Okay.
and a baby.
No.
Wow.
Maybe came in after this.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah, you
Blade.
said it after.
What do you say?
Blade.
Blade.
You're close.
What?
You're closer
No
than
way.
380.
No way. That's not. That's
They're
crazy.
not close. What is it?
You guys want to do another guess? We'll do 3
I'll
guesses
do,
total.
okay. I'll do one more guess. So we're kind of close with Blade.
It's a movie or a
Hellboy.
Shaft.
Okay, now you guys are definitely farther. No, you're closer. You're closer.
Oh, you're closer with
Yeah.
Shaft.
So Blade,
Oh.
Shaft.
Okay.
Continue down a line of thought that's not racist, and you might get there.
I am gonna go out on a limb and say Death Race 2000.
That's a great guess.
I'm actually
Unfortunately-
like don't know what Shaft.
Whoa,
I've never
that's
seen
close.
Shaft, so like I don't know.
Shut your mouth.
Just talking about Shaft.
This baby is so close to danger all the time, and also I want its life.
Nice backdrop.
Boo boo.
This is actually, Mr. Magoo makes a great double feature
Yeah.
of this, because this is a movie about a little child pratfalling over things, and then Mr.
There's an old
Magoo
man.
is like an old man pratfalling
Yeah.
over things.
I have a double
You're
feature
right.
I would pair with, another movie I'd pair with this.
Yeah.
Which is Raising Arizona.
Yeah,
You
but
see it
like,
from both sides. The kidnappers and then the baby.
yeah, but at the same time, like
Guys, stop! There is clearly a baby on the road.
that's
Nobody even
that's
slowed
also
down.
kind of like pairing like an amazing masterpiece with something that's not quite as good. Like Raising Arizona is like
Citizen Kane with Mr. Deeds.
there was an evening, I don't remember when this happened, but I do believe that there was an evening where you and I, or maybe all of us with a few other friends, just decided like, you know what, we should just watch the opening to Raising Arizona, because it's
Yeah.
kind of one of the best things that's ever been filmed
Oh,
and
surround
edited
sound.
together.
I say the opening of Raising Arizona is the best action film.
Yes.
The second best action film is the opening sequence to Age of Ultron. Like the first 7 minutes is the most ambitious film you've
It's
ever
as
seen
good
in your
as
life.
the first half of Age of Ultron.
They arm the Hydra agents with alien technology, and I don't even talk about that. They're wearing Jaitiri suits. Anyhow,
So what is the movie name?
you guys get
out there?
one more guess each.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
can't
I already feel like I
follow
gave
down
my
any train
three,
of
but
thought with Shaft because I don't know what Shaft
That's
is about.
I'll give you one more guess.
Okay.
Okay, from Shaft, I'll say, what's a movie that's kind of in the vein of like Blade or
Broken.
Shaft or-
Broken. That puts
How will
broken.
they still
foot.
walk? They
Broken
cannot still
foot.
walk. Vetoed.
And then you jump.
Oh, look at that.
That's why you don't jump over bushes.
What was that?
What's funny is that men working, and they sort of are.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll just say like, how about we go with
Keep in mind, it's really funny. The answer is really funny.
The answer
Just
is really
say what it
funny.
is. I don't know. By the way, Trainer Jody's watching.
Hey!
And he didn't realize
Anaconda.
that it was tonight and it's behind. So should we try to say like about where we are? In
Sure,
the
we'll tell
movie?
you guys
Yeah.
where we are right now in case you want to
Jump in at any moment.
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
now.
It's all up to you.
You will not be confused about the plot. They kidnapped a baby. The baby escaped, and they keep pratfalling and not catching the baby. And the baby keeps narrowing, avoiding danger. And
We're
it's
at 45-12.
like you will not be behind.
You know what's
the plot.
creepy?
What?
The baby's not real. The parents
That'd be
never had a
awesome.
baby, but they wanted to, and
You
they
know
lost
what's a
them.
really good movie
There is no spoon.
involving 3 people taking care of a baby that's not theirs? Is Tokyo Godfathers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's my third guess.
Super
That would be
big.
crazy because Tokyo Godfathers was made like a decade after this movie,
Yeah.
and probably
Inspired
far
by
after, probably far after the Indian
No,
remake.
Tokyo Godfathers was inspired by a western. A western.
The bad and the ugly.
A western.
Apes. A western.
I don't know how else to tell you. This is not a western.
Why are they inside? Why do you keep?
What is the deal with the gorilla? Good question. What is that?
See that? He just gave him like a one up to the gorilla.
I feel you. I feel like we're all sort of in our own little
I feel like a caged animal too, bro.
Do you have?
Yo, from the Bronx to the zoo, I mean.
I understand. You can take the ape out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the ape. You know what I'm saying?
I like
I
how.
look 2 eyes staring through the reflection cast in the mirror,
Oh, I
mirror.
was right about the gorilla. Not- so the gorilla didn't escape, but like he definitely is gonna hold the baby like it's its own baby.
Wait, how many of these are apes and how many of these are monkeys? Right? Because I feel like at least one of those was monkey. I think one of them was a chimpanzee.
One is a chimpanzee.
A gorilla is for sure an ape.
Or an
But one of them was a
orangutan.
Orangutan.
Well, an orangutan is the orange one.
Oh yeah,
This is a pretty good puppet.
bonobo.
Bonobo. Yeah, bonobo is Rafiki.
Yeah.
You
You know, I was almost attacked by one of those in India.
really?
Speaking of India, yeah. There's
How big is a bonobo? Is it like half human size, quarter human size?
like bonobos for sure Rafiki, right?
Yes.
Huge.
They're
So
big.
I was probably 14 at the time, and it was like maybe twice as tall as I was.
Oh
And
Jesus.
what happened was we were at this temple because there's a lot of them in India. If you ever go to India, you'll see temples.
I plan on doing it someday.
And they're awesome. They're super dope. And
super dope temples. Just go in there and like throwing some tunes, chill out.
Tiesto's hanging out. And it was during the summer, so it was monsoon season.
Mhm.
And out of nowhere, a storm broke out, so it was thunder, and it just cracked, and this giant bonobo leaped out of the trees, landed in front of me, and like bore its teeth. And they have sharp teeth, and like
Holy
screamed
crap.
at us, and then like ran away. And my mom just like
Yeah, it's
Mama
like,
bear in front.
my babies are not gonna get eaten by bonobos.
But it was like a
today."
thing where it's like that is like not. It's like a very violent animal.
Wow. Yeah, they have very sharp teeth from
Yeah.
pictures that I've seen. Here I am talking to a fellow who had them in his face at one point. So, yes, I assume you would know more about
Don't
that
leave
than I
me.
Oh,
Don't
the
leave me,
baby-
Drax.
the
That's by the
baby
way, that's a real
crying.
gorilla. That's not a puppet.
do. Wow.
You can't do that with puppets.
I mean,
It's
maybe
clearly
a
a
guy in a
puppet.
suit with an animatronic face.
Clearly a puppet.
Where are the wires? Where are the wires?
I wonder who did.
It's an amazing animatronic. Why don't they?
Oh.
On the other hand, they got
I'm almost almost
over, they're
convinced.
fine, so they're tough.
Like, I wonder if this was like a Stan Winston puppet, or maybe they got the Kyoto brothers in on this.
Yeah, like it's a
or-
pretty good puppet. It got up and walked, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it's probably a person in a suit with an animatronic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the face part is a puppet.
Yeah.
Like when it cuts to the monkey not walking around and it's the face movement.
That's a chimpanzee.
That one's a suit. That's
Oh my god, that's Cyclops. If this is the Odyssey, that has to be Cyclops.
Oh my god, right, because the baby's like in its clutch. Well, I guess that makes it, these guys are kind of, no, that makes the baby Odysseus because
Yeah.
it's like in his clutches.
These guys are gonna get eaten, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what Cyclops does, it just eats them.
Ideally, they should get eaten.
Or maybe the bananas, the people.
It's funny because
Bananas,
it's like this monkey puppet is pretty good, except that they don't have anything going on in the hands, so their hands is like the fingers don't move. So because it's pretty good, it's
All right.
weird looking.
Sounds like challenge words. Everyone, best gorilla impersonation. Go.
Gorilla impersonation.
Yeah.
Oh, us
Yeah.
making a gorilla
Let's do it.
impersonation.
Come on.
Okay, are we going in? Are we going in line or? How are we doing this?
Let's just all do it at the same time. And then we'll,
All
we'll,
right.
watch, we'll watch the footage back. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
This is my baby. This is me being the gorilla puppet.
All right, now everyone's best impersonation of Ed doing a gorilla impersonation from Shaun the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Should do FP. Oh shit! You guys missed the crotch shot.
Oh, I love crotch shots.
Good job, guys.
Okay, I have to pee, but I was waiting for this gorilla scene to be done.
Should we get to pause it for you?
No, you gotta keep it going because people are synchronized with it. So.
Okay,
There's a lot
hurry
of sound
back.
going through. Come back soon.
Aw, I can sleep with the baby.
No, totally safe.
Do we get to
Why
reveal
is
what
it
the
out of focus?
Oh, hello.
Focus on me. Focus on my words. There we go. Bring it back.
Bring it
Bring it back. Definitely enough focus. Come on.
The
Yeah.
digital age has given cinematographers a very odd and new kind of skill set.
It's like
Okay.
stop screwing around. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys
Okay.
what the remake of Baby's Day Out is called,
Okay. My guess was Anaconda.
and then we'll give hints, Sully. The remake of Baby's Day Out in India, one of three, is called James Bond.
That's so funny because I was thinking of saying like GoldenEye, like from Russia with Love for a second ago. I was like, I wonder if it's like one of those things. That would be hilarious.
It is. So when Mia comes back, when she comes back, we're gonna keep giving her hints to see if she can guess the title.
Out of curiosity, what language was that one in of the three ones that were made in 3 different languages?
This is so embarrassing. Let me look it up because I can't. I know like 4 languages.
Yeah, I
Oh my God.
I honestly only knew of 2 in India, so I was.
Gorilla. This is the end of the Flash right here.
Oh wow, that's an animatronic mouth. That is super impressive.
That was amazing.
They even got the uvula to like
Yeah.
go around a bunch. Whoa, superhuman gorilla.
Oh, Sheldon responded about villain occupation. My villain occupation would be a psychiatrist like Hannibal Lecter. I really like talking to people. That was really sweet.
Psychiatrist like
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter. Now, would you take on most of the tropes of Hannibal Lecter? I don't know. I like talking to people too. I feel like
Or would
it's
it just be talking to people?
I'm still going with international graffiti artist raconteur.
Trainer Jody, how's it going? JP, hottest movie is on Nordic Netflix too.
Nordic Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow.
1 hour before going to work. Let's watch this thing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for spending your hour before work watching us talk about Baby's Day Out, the classic of 90s cinema.
Also, thank you so much for your comic about Owen. I don't know. We were making sure that people listen to the podcast before I retweet it tomorrow from Sunnydale. But JP made an amazing comic featuring Owen of
Oh, that's great. Oh, I should look
interacting
at that.
with Giles.
I was thinking of making some fan art for you guys about the turtle thing that you said a while ago. About, what was it? The turtles? Or no, Giles and Giles being had something to do with the animals. I wrote it down.
Frog.
Frog. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
Yeah, Frog's like the Princess and the Frog. I remember that. Yeah. And Miss, oh my God, Miss
Calendar.
Calendar. Yeah,
Mhm.
Miss Calendar and him being frogs. Yeah, I want to do that.
Squirrel.
That's great.
Wait, is this Carol?
I too am a cartoonist. So what's this fellow's name?
JP.
JP, I'm gonna check out your stuff.
Tuner Jody said that your
JP.
face was perfect, so I think you won the
JP?
gorilla competition.
Oh, good. I was mostly like a
We have one
gorilla.
vote.
I was a gorilla annoyed. Like,
Oh, here we go. We got the
Yes.
sirens. Maybe.
This is when he raises
He's
his
like,
arm.
oh my God, other babies.
look at
are
that
so cool."
goober kid.
Hey, the 90s. Also, Trainer Jody said that the camera missed you. That's why it was out of focus. He says out of focus when you left.
Oh.
It's like, where's Mia? It's like we don't
I
want to look
provide
at.
the focus for the screen.
We don't want to look at these guys.
Like,
So
blur their faces.
we're trying to get Mia to guess what the remake of Baby's Day Out was called.
Oh, did you know? Do you know?
Yeah, he knows now.
I know now.
Is it ridiculous?
It's pretty ridiculous.
Send it
You
to me
wouldn't-
in your mind.
You wouldn't say, if you asked, is this ridiculous? You wouldn't say
My
no.
firewall.
You
Dang
wouldn't
it.
say no. You wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no.
In fact, I would probably never say no, but then again, never say never again.
I might never say no again. That's probably what I would say about this title.
I mean, the answer to this might send you to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I
but,
know.
you know-
It might come from Russia.
Yeah.
I knew you were giving hints, but now the
With
hints
love.
are like even harder.
Uh,
James Bond, baby.
You're close. You said one too many words.
James, baby.
No.
Bond,
No.
Baby.
What's the only other combination?
not Bond, baby.
Not Bond, baby.
And not James, baby.
Not James, baby.
Baby Bond.
Not Baby Bond.
Baby James.
That's all the wrong ones. So
All right, I get it. I get it. You
Bond Baby sounds like a great sequel or prequel to Gone Girl.
It sounds like a movie that Garbage would do their second Bond intro for.
Yes.
Bond, baby.
How did Garbage not get?
Baby
Get,
James Bond.
Nope.
How did
Close.
how did Garbage not get opted to do a second Bond song? Because that song was amazing.
Yeah.
That song was so great.
There's only one Bond song I actually
Double
don't
O
like.
baby.
Dumb Bond. Wait, what was that?
Double O baby.
You know, there's a comic that's James Bond Jr.
Is
But
that-
it's not like, I don't think it's the son of James Bond. It's
It's
just
just like little
a
James
younger
Bond.
kid
This movie's
who's also
still
an agent.
boring.
Cool.
No, it's amazing. They just cured syphilis.
Okay, what is the title? I guessed all the combinations.
No, you didn't. You legitimately did
Think
not.
of just words.
Yeah.
Just
Name-
the
yeah.
words.
And it's some combination of the words James or Bond or baby.
Yes.
Mhm.
But only two of them.
Yes.
So it's not James baby or baby James.
No.
No.
And it's not Bond baby or baby Bond.
No.
And it's not just James Bond.
It is.
It is just James
They
Bond.
just called it
What?
James Bond. It was just called James Bond, and it was this movie remade.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I
can kinda see it. I mean,
did not
that
think
whole-
that it would be just James Bond. That has
I mean,
to be
yeah,
illegal.
who would have thought? There's not even a James Bond movie called James Bond.
That's how it was legal. Oh my gosh.
The title.
It's like a Troll 2 situation.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of sections in this movie that are kind of reminiscent of a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid was just running
Wait,
through a
the tunnel is from what was the one with Christmas?
Why did they call
Not
it
James
James
Bond
Bond?
movie.
Tomorrow's no. The world is not enough. Is that the one with the oil?
I think so. Yes,
The world's
because
not enough.
the
Tomorrow
world
Never
is-
Dies is in Asia.
Yes, that's the one with Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, and that's like cool. Like he's typing on the thing, and like he's like darts fly out.
Yes,
Remember?
yeah,
He, like,
yeah, the
touches
darts come
something?
out.
Yeah.
No, The World Is Not Enough is the one which I think has maybe not the best Bond plot, but definitely one of the best Bond villains. The guy who has the he's the
can't
one
feel
with the
pain,
bullet
right?
who's lodged.
Yeah,
in his,
he's slowly dying.
yeah, he's slowly dying and he can't feel pain.
He punches like a chest and pulls stuff out, and he's like, I feel nothing.
Yeah, oh, such a good villain.
Also, super cold Bond death when he the other villain.
hmm
Like the
It
Talia
went
al
tomorrow,
Ghul
never.
villain. Remember? It's like the
Oh, in
Jaws
World's
guy
Not
can't feel
Enough.
pain, and then
Uh-huh.
like there's like the main bad guy who's
Yeah.
what's her name, and then the way that
Is this
Bond
movie
kills
about to
her is
end?
like rough.
That'd be great if this is the end of the movie. Like
Janitor?
About to get-
Oh my god,
It's
janitor!
Janitor!
Oh my god, it's Scrubs janitor.
I thought that it was, but then I was like, no way.
Is it?
Oh my god, that's like watching.
It's totally
It is.
him.
Ah, that's so
He
cool.
cut closer at camera. Why? What is this baby in crotches?
That's like watching, for instance, The Ref, that Dennis Leary movie, and realizing that one of the cops is the guy from Breaking Bad, the old
It's totally
hitman.
him.
Yeah. He's like one of the cops or something,
He
right?
shows up in a lot of
Yeah.
things.
He's
right?
in
just
Gremlins.
like-
He does in
He's
Gremlins.
in Gremlins. Yeah, he's in Gremlins.
He's one of
too.
the police being called to like a side of Gremlins, and then it flips over because the Gremlins put ice on the road or something, or they cut the brakes or something.
He was a cop in a lot of things before he became.
Oh my god,
a cop
it's
It's
totally
Janitor.
him. It's Janitor.
Are you glad you watched this movie now?
Yeah, it's great now.
And that
And that's
guy
Spike
Okay.
went on to
Like Ed Norton's little cousin or something.
I was gonna go with
Looks
Spike
like-
Jones. Like,
Sure.
early Spike Jones acting career.
We're super chill about the fact that Edward Norton's not the Hulk, huh?
I'm cool with
Yeah,
it.
well,
Yeah,
they
I
did
mean, I
such
guess
a good
Ed
job
Norton-
with the Hulk.
I think
that,
Ed Norton has better things to do, and the Hulk
Yeah.
probably too.
Like Mark Ruffalo's a
I
great
really
Hulk,
like Mark
and Ed
Ruffalo.
Norton's like a movie star,
I
so
think
we're not
Mark-
like, oh no, Ed Norton, his career.
The thing is, it's never who do you like as the Hulk, because the Hulk is always going to be a CG whatever.
Yeah.
It's who do you like as Bruce Banner.
I love Mark Ruffalo
Yeah.
Hulk. He does a good job.
Yeah.
He's in Age of Ultron, he was like
Not worth
super
it.
crush worthy, like the way that he portrayed it, like to
Yeah.
Oh, totally. I think that's one of the more.
Baby, what are you doing?
Very
This is-
human.
That's one of the
and
more.
endearing.
That's one of the more unbelievable, if slightly underdeveloped, love stories in the superhero action movie.
You thought it was unbelievable?
No, I thought it was.
It was believable. I was like, I thought it was super believable.
It was very believable for how underdeveloped I thought.
Yeah,
it
but
was,
just like how like
it's just
tiny.
the beats, but it felt totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got like
real
4
to me.
beats.
It's like
and
the
it
way that they show him from her point of view is like, wow, I get it.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
so
into it.
endearing.
Yeah. And they set it up nicely in in Avengers too, where it's like she has to go and get him and kind of like susses him out. She's the person who like
it's
brings
super
him
cute.
out of his cave, as it were.
I ship it.
I ship it.
Age of Ultron did
I
something
like it.
that I feel like the comics struggle to do, and like a lot of like movie franchises, except for the Nolan franchise, which I really like
Include
about
the
it.
Scrubs
By the way, I
janitor
hope you
somewhere.
guys all have seen Age of Ultron because, like, even though we tried not to give spoilers, I feel like it's still obvious.
I don't think we said anything. I was paying a lot of attention.
Oh, I wasn't.
No.
I was, but I
spoiled
think you could
everything.
easily
Sorry.
guess.
Remember that
what it
time
is.
that Banner fell in love with Ultron? Kira asked tips for anxiety.
Tips for anxiety.
Were you guys talking about anxiety while I was gone, or is this just like a random tips for anxiety?
I don't know. I think we may just be getting a call from a hotline. It was like, oh, you.
Oh my God, they're
Somebody's
catching on
like-
fire.
He's been catching him on fire for ages.
Hold a baby. I mean, maybe I don't
That
know.
makes me so anxious.
Yeah, it doesn't work for some people. I like
because
holding
I'm like,
babies.
I could drop this baby. Like I'm responsible.
I love
for
holding
this
babies.
life.
It makes me so calm.
Oh, I
It's like,
freeze
ah, baby.
I think
yeah.
that it will die as I'm holding it.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
just
will
like
be-
stop working.
Yeah, because
I
like one time I was like watching a baby for just like 30 seconds or whatever. It was an
Mm-hmm.
infant. And I was like laying on the bed and the baby was there, and then it made this like face, and I thought I was like, it's gonna die, it's having a heart attack, but it's like a baby. Why would it be having a heart attack? And it was all it did was like about to cry, but like
It's like I
could
taste a
not.
little bit of iron. What's going on, guys?
Yeah. No, I just think like any face, it was just making a crying face, like about to
Mhm.
cry face, but like
So it wasn't going full cry. It was kind of like,
No, it was like,
this kid
and
is
I was like,
Ramsey.
it's dying. Like I
It's gonna
can't
die.
handle
This
it.
kid is Ramsey Bolt. Let's just
literally
literally Ramsey Bolt.
What is your favorite or least favorite baby moment from real life?
Wait, should we
Tweet it
give,
in the comments.
should we give
or
real
tweet it
tips for
in-
anxiety?
I listen to mandolin music, like really good like bluegrass for some
Wait,
reason.
for what?
Mhm.
To deal with anxiety, like whenever I get like, oh,
Uh-oh.
oh,
Oh,
never
that's
mind.
fine.
Sorry, we had
There was an update available. No Adobe Reader, we don't want
the update.
But don't you want to read more?
Oh,
PDFs?
No, it's just
Stop it.
smashing his nuts. Oh my god.
Also,
There's
how-
so many other solutions.
Oh, why would you do that?
There's so many other solutions.
This is a movie saying that sterile men are monsters.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anxiety.
I like to draw,
Drawing helps, yeah.
or play music, or cook, or do something that takes up
cooking.
because you have to do a task. Cooking is recommended because you do a task that takes up your mind.
Mhm.
That you have to focus only on that task. So cooking is recommended.
Cooking is like magic.
I
But
wait
cooking is
until
totally magic.
I don't know if this is like if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack, this won't help. But if you're just having kind of an anxious day and like you want a reprieve from it, I get high and go into my backyard and stare at the stars. That helps me.
What
all
if
the
this person
time.
is like 12 years old and you just told them
Then
to
don't
drugs?
do drugs because it's bad for you. This
Like
is
we
so
don't
bad.
know who this person is. It's different for everybody.
It's true.
I know
It's
you
like
are.
an 8-year-old that's like, okay,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get mommy a funny cigarette.
Sorry, Kara. These guys are not professionals.
We gave real answers and then we gave
I'm putting together a
funny cigarette
website
jokes.
that's like if you suffer from depression and like you're having like an emergency episode, like you can go to this website and it's a bunch of geeky stuff.
It's geek based.
And it's a geek based antidepressant website.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
one of the features that I really want to like, I hopefully it'll work out. It'll probably just link it to YouTube, but it's soundtracks, like tracks from moments in movies when characters have to deal with it.
Mhm.
Like I always go to this track in Iron Man 3 when
Mhm.
he's having a panic attack and he's
Oh,
talking to
yeah.
the kid. The kid's like, "What are you?" And he's like, "I don't know." He's like, "No, what are you?" He's like, "I'm a mechanic." And he's like, "Doom, doom, doom, doom."
Mhm.
And it's like that little moment, like
That feels
always,
really good.
when I'm like on like the 110 and I'm stuck in traffic and I'm having like a nervous breakdown.
You're like,
I'll
I
just
can't
put in
stay here.
Iron Man 3 and I get to that track and I'm like, I can do this.
Like
Honestly,
that.
I think that's good, and then also just any kind of like something to take your mind off of it, because the anxiety will pass and you'll get to a better like place where you can
Yeah,
talk
and
yourself into a
anything
good state.
anything that really that occupies your mind.
Yeah.
Because all anxiety is like a fear or a worry like taking over your brain.
Yeah, you just have to make it not take over. But also, we got a comment that said those trousers are super fire resistant.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
would have been on fire.
They
by
took
Like
now.
he was,
days.
yeah, it was. That was such a weird scene.
Took
Good thing
forever.
janitor was in it.
Yeah, let's
He had
check
like
back in. We've been talking a lot about other things. Let's check in with the movie again for a second. See
Miranda's
what's going on.
sad.
Miranda's sad.
She's
It
like the
says,
opposite of her character in Sex
This
and
The movie
the
still
City.
hasn't passed the Bechdel test because they're talking about a baby.
Who is
No,
a
they're fine.
man, right?
No, they're
Yeah.
not talking about a man that they're interested in or a love interest. They're talking about a baby. It's
They don't love this baby.
I'd say they love this
a
baby.
love interest.
Oh, shiny.
Berlin in
Oh,
5
it's
acts.
pretty.
That
So
This
cool.
is pretty.
was a great shot.
Oh, the baby thinks it's pretty too. We had the baby's reaction.
I like this internal POV kind of moment
Yeah.
with the baby. We
The
haven't had a lot
POV
of
really
those.
helps sell it because, like, the movie's.
Here's the thing about the
The
90s.
movie's not selling it to you.
No, well, again, very well made, great gags, but like, you seriously can't watch 2 hours of just like disconnected gags. I mean, maybe you guys can, but I need some freaking plot
Wow,
don't
here.
do that.
We've been
30
talking over
Yeah.
a lot, so yes.
If you
that's
paid
been
attention,
my
you'd see the
interest.
minutia of
Oh, sure.
the mise en scène.
subtlety.
I have
Uh,
that shirt. I have that shirt that the guy was wearing.
This movie.
I do. I have that shirt.
That
the red
exact
shirt.
red flannel
I have that shirt. The exact
Guess
shirt.
what rating this has on Rotten Tomatoes. Evan and I already know.
Yeah.
But guess. Oh
Whoa.
no!
Ah!
What an amazing shot!
Wow.
That was like the last dictator
That's
shot.
scary. No, the cinematography in this was very good.
Here's the thing about the 90s. Crappy movies in the 90s still look amazing.
It's true.
Well, they're also not shot digital; they're shot on film.
Yeah,
so,
because you
like,
have to do it right.
Have to,
Yeah.
You have to plan it, like, because
yeah,
it's going to cost
all of
money.
all the green screen or whatever it was. I think they were still doing a lot of blue screen back then because blue
Yep.
worked better with film, right?
Yeah.
But also not to detract from this DP. Like, this DP is amazing too. Like, I don't know. I'm sure they would be just as good on digital.
This
Like,
movie-
it's just a really well shot film.
This movie looks better than the Star Wars prequel films.
Can we look up what happened to this baby?
You don't want to look it up.
No, you just make,
no, I'm
you're just
scared.
making that up. No, this happened to us in another hangout with Land Before Time. We looked up what happened to Ducky, and it was super sad.
Aw.
Anyway, what rating do you think this movie has on Rotten Tomatoes?
37.
84.
Evan was completely correct.
Oh,
we
because I
talked
knew it
about it.
already. I
Yeah.
forgot that I knew that. and
Why
it
did you
just
say
came
it? You
out.
just said, you just said you
I
already
totally forgot that I knew that.
just
And I was
said-
just like, I like the number 37. Like, seriously, I seriously had forgotten that I knew that. And then I just said 37 because it was like subconscious. I was like, 37 sounds like a good
You
number.
guys want to order pizza?
You will.
Oh, yes, I'm
This movie's
super
almost over.
hungry.
Like a really
Who's the hard hat without a hard hat? What movie is that from?
Who's the hard
Johnny
hat without a
Darko?
hard hat? World's End.
Yep, you're right.
Ah, you got
Blue
it.
screen. They blue screened that. No, wait, they couldn't because of jeans. They green screened it probably.
I've only seen.
Backdrop.
Nice. Okay, so next we're gonna watch every episode. Next we're gonna watch an episode of Star Trek, and you can tell us
Go
whether it was a
backdrop.
soundstage or.
Me as grandfather.
I'm really good at
probably
saying-
made that backdrop.
He probably didn't. It was. I'm really good at saying. Or
And
actually,
Jim
he
Stock's
might have.
backfired.
He actually might have. My grandpa was a scenic director who did backdrops, so I'm really good at like saying when things are backdrops because when I was growing up, he'd always be like, "Oh, that's fake," like every time. So like he taught us to look out for
Was
it.
he working at 20th Century Fox consistently?
He
in
probably
the
did not
mid-90s?
do this one.
I don't know, why
But
not?
he
He
might
worked- he
have
did
because
Home
he did a
Alone
lot
3.
of. Yeah, he like the thing is he might not. He probably didn't do this one, but there's a chance that he did because he did backings of like New York and different cities that were used in like these
Oh, it
type
would
of
have like
movies.
gotten moved around.
Yeah, yeah.
Trainer Jody
He
asked.
did do Home Alone 3.
Oh,
So
cool.
he did Indian in the Cupboard.
Home Alone.
He did Indian.
3.
I actually seen the Indian in the Cupboard.
The
back
Indian
out
in
in
the
real
Cupboard is
life.
actually like a good movie that
It's
you can be
super
proud
good.
about.
It's
yeah.
like too bad that because
I mean, he
it
also did the Star Trek
exoticizes
films.
Native
Oh,
Americans
that's yeah.
and like is like it's an Indian and it's kind of racist
Mhm.
that like it will never get to be
Well, like,
in
but
the
I feel,
spotlight.
I mean,
but it's
I haven't
actually
seen the movie in a long time, but I feel like the most racist part about that movie was probably calling him an Indian.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I don't
he's
know
like
if
a
the
legit
representation
character.
was actually like, because yeah, I feel like it's a
Yeah.
character. He's like
well,
got
I
a lot
mean,
of
there might be
development.
sort of like the and well, also though, like it's a toy, so it's the world of that toy
right.
being an Indian, so it's different. But I think that because of the sensitivity to that,
Right.
it
He's not
probably-
like I'm from the Sioux Nation. He's
Yeah.
like I'm just an Indian. I'm a toy. I don't know.
No, well, I mean, like he's gonna act like Indians and cowboys because that's like the plot of the movie,
Right.
and But I think people like probably now are not gonna be super into Indians or Native Americans even being like, we like the Earth, even though that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
People
If
are
you
like,
want to,
come
if you want to
on.
write a truly edgy Native American character now, they have to be like an oil baron or something. They're just like fuck
That'd be
Mother
so
Nature.
interesting.
I hate you.
But like aside from that, like and mostly, I think you're probably right that it's mostly just because they call him an Indian and like
Mhm.
probably the way he's dressed. But he's a toy, so it makes sense. But
Yeah.
like, it's a super good movie.
No, it's great. It's all about their relationship and like all and everything that comes out of that.
It's good
Not-
enough for people to still watch it. Like Song of the South is pretty racist, but it's not good enough that you can still watch it and be like, it's okay. It's like no, it's a racism to like awesomeness level.
I feel like there are actually I've seen Song of the South a few times.
The
And
thing
I think
is-
there are actually some pretty good parts. I mean,
it's
like
racist, but it's like it's that positive meaning racism where they're like, what's wrong with this? And you're like, oh, there's
Yeah,
things
no,
wrong
I
with
mean-
it, but they don't know. Like they're
right.
trying
There's
to be
nothing.
nice.
There's nothing where they're like like totally calling out like black people are terrible. It's actually kind of like the kind of racism where it's like, isn't it nice that like these people were in our houses and like took care of us? It's like, no, that wasn't
No,
nice.
that wasn't nice.
That wasn't
yeah.
cool.
Exactly. It's that kind of racism where it's like nothing about it is like malicious. It's just still racist.
Oh my god, look
Yeah.
at this stunt. That's such a scary concept.
That's a mannequin baby.
Oh! They just
What was that shot?
got-
This is
See,
like
isn't
2001: A Space Odyssey, like the
Yep.
way the camera starts.
Baby, look.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
baby,
be,
look.
He's gonna be inside of like a giant centrifugal force, like space station suddenly. Like,
What are
How
the
do they
good
do
parts of
that?
Song of the South? Just zippity doo dah.
Da, 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 da,
well,
da,
a lot
da,
of the animated sequences are still pretty amazing.
I haven't really seen it.
Oh, you should check it out.
We should
I
do
mean,
that. We should have
It's
the
hard
next
to find.
episode.
Zippity Doo Dah is great.
I remember
mean, it's a
watching
great
Zippity
musical
Doo Dah,
sequence.
but I don't think I've seen like actual Song of the South because like
As far as animation
Not full.
history goes, it's one of the first scenes where they like, were compositing people
Yeah.
with
it's like a
with
Who
animated
Framed Roger Rabbit
characters.
type of thing.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
I remember it in Zippity Doo Dah.
Well, one of the first times they did it in a feature film. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been doing that with many. The
See, that's a
Fleischer brothers have done
backdrop.
that before. over there.
By the way, Trainer Jody, that website is, I'm still working on it. I would like to call it Don't Panic Depression or Depression Don't Panic, and it's going to be the Hitchhiker's Guide thumb.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I like that. Depression. Don't.
Now that you announced it, you're gonna have to buy that URL.
Well, I mean, we'll see how expensive it is.
There's a lot of different ways you could say that. Like, I'm sure there's synonyms for depression, like anxiety, don't panic. Or
Yeah.
Don't panic anxiety, or
Maybe even
depression, don't panic anxiety.
don'tpanic.tumblr.com.
Or what if it's just like, don't panic.
Make it a .gov or a
idiots.
make it a .gov or a .eu.
Oh,
he's dead.
His leg is broken. Ooh. The movie's getting exciting.
That was like a Breaking Bad scene. Like,
Yeah, see, like the
This is
other
such a
scenes
well
were kind of like,
choreographed-
okay, sure, like the baby does Frogger in traffic, like whatever. But
That
now
was
we're like,
pretty interesting too. The Frogger scene was good. It's
Okay.
like now we're up in a high rise and it's exciting.
Yeah.
When did the first Home Alone movie come out?
89, I'm guessing.
You want to say 89? What do you guys
Say
think? When did the
89.
first Home Alone movie come out? Don't you?
I bet it is 89. I think that sounds right to me.
Doesn't it
Late
sound right?
80s,
I'm
I'm
early
gonna say 92.
90s.
I'm gonna say 92. It's got a 54 on Rotten Tomatoes. You guys are jerks.
Home Alone.
54 for Home Alone. Come
Isn't that a
on.
Christopher Columbus film? Right? Isn't
Yes.
it like yeah?
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's right.
He didn't miss his
I was
Doubtfire.
mixing up John.
Yeah,
Hughes.
Chris Columbus.
You didn't miss that.
John Hughes wrote it.
Oh, there
What?
you go. Yeah, John Hughes. wrote
No
Home Alone.
way.
I
He
knew
wrote
he was.
Home Alone?
Oh.
Are you serious? He wrote Home. Ooh, that was a crash.
Oh man.
What was that?
That
Oh.
is not a sound.
Oh,
Your pelvis is
ow.
I
broken.
think that he broke his face. That's not a sound that should make.
That would still
No.
hurt. That would still destroy your neck.
No, these guys are like
Among other
superhumans.
things, like your whole body.
1990.
Oh, close.
1990. All right.
If you guys want to get Home Alone from the iTunes store in HD at 1080p, it's gonna you're down. Make sure you have 4.56 gigabytes available on your computer.
6 gigabytes. Okay.
Why jump? Don't jump in the cement thing. There's not enough room for that.
Not only that, but you're on the side of a skyscraper that's under construction.
Rule of thumb. Rule of
Don't
thumb.
jump anywhere.
I love how old movies look though. Like I love the look of this whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, this is no
So rich
this is no
and
French
colorful.
Connection or anything, but like it still has the kind of, I don't know, it's still
It's- I
gritty
just
and
like-
grainy.
Here's the thing.
Well, it's sort of
is-
like when you watch the new Star Wars trailer and everyone gets excited. It's like, why does it look like the old Stars? Because they actually built
'cause
everything.
he did
Like,
it.
there's something about it really being there that's just looks so good.
Yeah, that opening shot. I finally got to see the Force Awakens trailer
In theaters?
Yeah!
in front of Tomorrowland.
Oh.
So I was like,
Oh, you saw Tomorrowland?
I did.
How was it?
Go see Mad Max instead.
Oh, I haven't seen either, so
It was so just. I mean, okay, I don't want
because I'm like pretty excited for Tomorrowland.
I wish I could.
Getting pretty mixed
Give it-
reviews on my
Ah,
Facebook feed.
I was so excited too. I was like,
Maybe
Brad Bird, how
Were we
like
too
how
excited?
did
Yeah,
this
he's
go-
like never done anything
how did
bad.
this go wrong?
I mean, Brad Bird's directing it, from what I've heard and what I've seen, looks spectacular. It sounds like it's just a script issue.
Well, who else? It was him and someone else.
100%. It was
Damon Lindelof.
Damon Lindelof. Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
don't get your hopes.
It's not a
too
Brad Bird script. I was imagining a Brad
Look at
Bird
the temple in the
script.
back
There's, like,
there. We're in like Pepe Le Mocha right now
high.
for all you film students.
Pepe
Or
Le
fans
Mocha.
of Pepe
Le
He's
Mocha.
he's like running through the streets of what's the other day in there in It's not
Algeria.
Casablanca. Algeria.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's
I
such a
hope
good
that
movie.
Tomorrowland is still good. I'm sad because I'm gonna have to pay for it because
The
like
thing is, our
I had
expectations
two
are so low
times-
now.
I had
Mhm.
2 times I could have gone to free screenings and I couldn't or I didn't. Like one was now. One is now.
One
This
is
baby-
now.
I'm doing this
You're
instead.
watching Baby's Day Out instead of tomorrow. I honestly think
But
this
I
might
could
be
have
a
gone to
better
like
option.
I honestly could have gone, but I could have gone to like Walt Disney Studios and watched Tomorrowland and it would have been like
Oh.
so nice because it's at Disney, but it's now.
Mallet time.
That's okay. I think you made.
But
I
now
think you
I'm
made
gonna
a fine
have to
decision.
like
I
pay
think you
for
made a
it,
fine
but I'm gonna
decision.
definitely see it as the thing. So I wanted to see it for free because I'm excited enough that despite mixed reviews, I'm definitely gonna go see it at least. And
There's
so
still
now,
there's some cool things in it. I've got to say, but like I mean,
Well,
come on, the tech and the
Peel
design
or
and
Key
everything
is
great.
in it.
Key is in it. That I didn't know that, and that was great. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
That was great. That was definitely one of the highlights for me.
I'm so
Do you
excited
think
that
that
is he in it
these-
a lot?
We
Just a
can
little
talk.
bit,
We'll talk
right?
about it after you've
Okay.
seen it.
Okay,
I'd be
okay.
happy to discuss it with you, but I
I'm
was definitely.
invincible.
I was very sad.
But maybe you were also really excited.
I was very, very excited.
And
I
I'm
was
like super
"Fuck
excited.
Tomorrowland,
So
Brad
maybe if I
Bird."
like lower my expectations, I'll be fine.
Yeah, try that.
I just think like I love Disney and I love Disneyland and I love how they came up with the plot, which is that they found that like mysterious suitcase that he left. We're talking probably too much about other movies, but like do you know this whole thing about there was a mysterious suitcase?
It's okay. Joe Montana just got covered in some.
Whoa, watch out, buddy, you're gonna slip.
This
Watch
looks
out.
like that stuff where you're a kid and you do that like science activity where you make the like sticky gas
Joe Montana
stuff.
was my science activity.
Yeah.
He was in the science fair.
It's not magic, kids.
That
It's science.
This kid's faces.
He's really good. You also realize though that like he's actually not in the movie that much.
The kid?
The kid.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the scene where like he's lighting the crotch on fire is kind of like it's mostly like him under a blanket and then you see a little
One
baby
shot.
hand like
Yeah.
holding.
They built a baby
That's the
hand.
Indian in the covered backdrop I was looking for in this one.
Oh,
It took a really
cool.
long
Oh,
time.
that's cool. It totally looks real, but it is totally two-dimensional.
And that's the Home Alone 3.
Oh, look at that.
It looks real when you take a
Show the
picture
camera.
of it from like in front of it, but I didn't do that.
Whoa. I want to go. You know what?
The
This would
baby's
make.
in it a lot, dude. Like the baby's
Yeah,
in it
maybe
a lot.
the baby's in it more than
No, the baby's
Yeah.
like the Joker of this movie.
No, the baby's in it a ton.
No, I
This
think that
baby
this
reminds me of like the Lemony Snicket.
that
baby.
guy looks like Flem from Buffy.
Which one's
Remember Flem from season 6 and 7, like that demon who's got
Oh
the blue
yeah.
skin.
Yeah, he's just kind of like the hanging out.
Yeah.
Fun is great.
They can make like a video game or like a little app about Baby's Day Out where you have to like move on to because it's like a video game how he's like moving in the platform.
You could totally turn
That
it
was a
into,
great
like,
drip. That was a great drip. That was a perfectly timed drip. He was
Oh,
looking
it
down,
was.
he's
You're
I
disappointed,
saw it
ignoring,
and it fell
I
out.
understand, but you're ignoring my $1 million idea.
$1 million idea these days takes about 2
No,
million
no,
investment, so you're losing about $1 million.
I'm with you because like you could turn it in because there's a Frogger scene.
Yeah.
You could turn this into like a Donkey Kong sequence. You could take
There's
like
stuff that's
classic
going
video
like that,
games.
and you have
yeah.
to like
This was
line it
developed.
up.
This was developed for SNES, if I'm not mistaken, SNES and one of the Sega systems. It might have been Sega Saturn.
You're making stuff.
No,
For
this is on
real?
Wikipedia. I looked this up right before
No,
this
you're
movie.
showing it on Wikipedia.
Okay, fine.
You lie to me a lot about these movies. Actually.
You lied to me a lot.
And it was canceled because of budgetary constraints.
You-
They developed it and then they
He
canceled
tried to
distribution.
trick me that Crocodile Dundee had people turning into ants.
No,
Because of a
that
magic
Crocodile
spell.
Dundee 2 had people turning into animals.
No, you said that the
Missing
first
a lot.
one that I missed had those characters that had turned from rats into humans.
His name was Rat, and he used to be a rat, and now he's a human.
Ratigan.
His name was just Rat.
Like
When Dale's here, should we just do Crocodile Dundee 1 because it's on Netflix now?
Maybe.
Did you mean Baby's Day Out?
I'm gonna look up pizza right now.
Please, oh my god, please. Do you have the Domino's app? Somebody download the Domino's app. That'd be
Really
the best thing to
quickly,
do.
before I show it to these guys, oh god, please let it. Come on, exposure right now. No,
Alright,
it's just
gonna
glowing.
be like 10. We gotta start this pizza order so that before things close, so we can get the pizza by
I'm
the time.
sorry, was I
it's
interrupting
done.
the pizza order? I thought I was interacting with the.
With
It's
the
been
people.
so kind to
If you'd,
join us
like,
tonight.
if you'd like to follow along with the pizza order, you can order pizza right now.
Wait, we can order it and then we can have them ask what we should tell our Domino's
Oh,
pizza
what
maker.
pizza should we order?
You know how you can type them a little
Anyhow,
Yeah.
here we go. Come on,
Not
exposure.
gonna
Come on,
work,
work. Yeah, there we go. Video game right there. Video game.
bit. Open it.
It's a drop down.
What was that? That guy just left and said, "Good night, Donald." Did they have a whole scene that I like missed?
McDonald's and an
Donald
internal
Glover
pizza.
is in this movie. Video game. A video game version of the film was planned, completed, and slated to be released on Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis.
Star Wars.
Sorry,
stuff.
What is this? Why is this ending so
This
quickly?
is seriously like 2000. It got to like once they got up in the high rises, the cinematography freaking stepped it up.
And Game Boy in October 1994, but was canceled at last minute. 2 prototypes of the Genesis port can be found for download on several ROM sites.
Whoa!
We can still play it.
Let's
We can play
download
Baby's Day
it.
Out.
Play it through Baby's Day Out.
Oh my god, then we can get a Twitch account and keep the party going.
It never stops.
Mia hasn't played shit. Baby's Day Out.
There are some people watching right now who use Twitch to one of my favorite uses of Twitch I've ever heard in my life, which is D&D on Twitch.
What?
Yeah. So if you are
that's a
interested,
really good use of
keep
Twitch,
track of
right?
Trainer Jody's Twitter because a whole lot of my
I
friends
think it's such
are
a
part
good
of this
use
group.
of Twitch.
It's kind of like Harmontown, but
Yeah.
with less
Is that
famous
the clock
people.
tower?
Is it?
Is that the clock tower, like from Universal? Well,
It might
from
be.
Back to the Future, but like when you go on the
Oh, was it the clock tower?
Universal
Yeah,
Studios
it's the-
tour,
yeah.
and there's the courthouse, and they're like, "This is the clock tower," and it's used for like every movie.
Okay, real quick, these guys suck. Let's be honest. These guys suck. They've been able to find the baby.
Yeah, like the baby's been everywhere. The baby's been on the freaking news, and they haven't found the baby. They're the
Yeah,
worst.
they're pretty bad at what they do. You
'Cause
should
now we
probably
got
retire.
bad blood.
You can't find a baby that 3 bumbling idiots are losing all the time. Beverlywood. Where's Beverlywood? I guess it's between.
Right around the corner.
Oh.
Street.
How does she know?
Could you pass me the last of our?
Oh, because he's
You
doing
got it.
everything in
The
the
Last of Us.
book. Whoa, it just got interesting.
And now is when they realized they never had a baby. It was a miscarriage. Holy imagine.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
There was an M. Night Shyamalan joke in the most recent Community episode. And it was
Oh,
so
was it?
funny.
Oh God, I haven't been
Oh
keeping
my
up.
God,
What a
he's
twist!
doing-
And it was Kumail
You
saying,
guys are not
What?
appreciating this moment when she like freaking Sherlocked that shit. She's like, he's doing everything.
Oh,
in the
this
book.
was like the Agatha Christie, like one of you knows where the baby is.
I got
all of
chills.
you kidnapped the
I got
baby.
chills.
Little Agatha Christie joke for you guys. By the way, our opener tonight is a Death Star that I got from Meltdown Comics, thanks to a gift certificate from my buddy Mickey, who loves the Ninja Turtles. So if you want to
You
draw
believe it?
any Ninja Turtles and send them my way, I'll pass them on to Mickey.
that was kind of a very large part of my childhood.
Ninja Turtles?
Oh, drawing Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
Specifically
I
trying.
tried to specifically draw a Gambit because I had a book, one of those like Kush books, like you can draw, or Klutz.
Klutz, yes.
You can draw anything, and it was like, here's how to draw a Gambit, and I was like, I can draw a Gambit.
I can totally.
I'm
draw a
like
Gambit.
Jack Kirby status.
I'm gonna
of art.
download that Domino's app, you guys.
It's all just
I'm
lines.
so
Look at
hungry.
it. Yeah,
we
I'm
didn't
getting
eat
super hungry.
before we started this.
Or I could just call it.
Okay.
Jeff
It might
Goldblum
be
plays a
faster
really.
than
There's Jeff
downloading
Goldblum in the
Domino's
back
app.
there.
Well, if you're downloading the Domino's app, we can do that too.
Well, because then we don't have to talk to people.
Then we can keep talking to these people, and
Yeah,
we don't
but
have
I
to
don't
talk
have to,
to
like,
anybody
interact
online.
with
By the way, guys, thank you so much for
Phone
joining us
call
for Baby's
person.
Day Out.
Yes.
This is not the most exciting movie, but that leads to some of the more exciting
The
streams.
climax is occurring, and we're ordering pizza. So whatever that means to you. But yeah, I feel like But again, this is a good. Oh, and the veterans got him.
Aww.
Are they singing Mr. Jones and Me from Counting Crows?
Mrs.
Jones
Jones
and
and
me.
me. What if that? What if
So
they were? They can't. It couldn't have been, but it'd be so funny, right?
I wanna believe, wanna believe, wanna believe.
Dude, we tried the other day to like remember the words of that song. So hard. I thought I knew them, but they're so like not connected to each other that
Yeah,
it's
no,
actually
it's-
really hard to remember.
Tell each other fairy tales
Yeah.
and stare at beautiful women.
Pass
Like
me
what?
a bottle, Mrs. Jones.
It's Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I said Mrs.
Although
Jones,
Mrs.
but-
Jones would be a much doper song. There's like something
Mrs.
else
Jones.
going on there.
Mhm. There's
Like
an
Mrs.
extra
Pac-Man.
layer or whatever.
Yeah, we
What was
sang to
that?
your baby. We were gonna call the cops, but we wanted to sing to your
And
baby.
the whole time the baby's just chilling here, perfectly fine. They're like, "Why are you all mad?"
What was I saying earlier about? Oh, I was just gonna say this is a good like testament to like maybe it's not an interesting movie. Maybe like it's not a maybe it like repeats itself. But at the same time, like being filmmakers, being students of film,
yeah.
like you still have to appreciate that like
Totally. Mad
tons
respect.
of people made this movie, and people spent like a year
Oh,
to 2
yeah.
years making this movie.
It looks beautiful.
And they
the
managed-
stunts are so good. The acting is good. Like
Yeah, and they have the main character's a baby.
Yeah.
that's
The main
yeah.
character's a baby.
No,
Come
mad
on.
respect.
Now you think
mad
the movie's
respect.
done, but there's a twist about to happen.
What?
It's like The Ring. All right, so the bad guys got away, right? The bad guys got away. They're gone.
They're gone.
Bad guys got away. There's no way to find them, except that the baby's looking for his book, and like a cat, he remembers where he came from.
Ugh.
Do you have a Domino's account?
I'm not answering that question on the internet.
I just want to know if you want to log in or should I just?
Homer Jean loves pizza at.
Doesn't matter. Hotmail.com. Just use my Angel Fire account.
Angel Fire.
GeoCities.
Yeah. Ah, damn it! I was gonna go for the GeoCities.
That guy ran for president.
You could have Tripod. Tripod is what's left.
That guy could have been our president. He could have been our
That guy
Ronald
ran for
Reagan, but from
president?
Baby's Day Out president. Yeah.
No way.
How do you know this?
Just Tigers.
Because I was alive when he was running for president. This was like 4 years ago.
Did you not pay attention to the last presidential election?
I was there with you during that debate.
I didn't realize that he was part of it.
He only made it to the Republican primary, so
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't give him too much
He
credit.
jumped out of the
Yeah.
primaries.
Mitt Romney was just like, everybody out of my way.
Look
he-
out!
He put the one
I have
in the-
great hair.
Yeah.
Look out! I have
believe-
great
Get
hair.
out of my way.
He did have really good hair.
He had great hair.
If Mitt Romney had become president, he would have still been a very attractive president.
Yeah, I would have been into his hair.
Yeah, I'm very shallow. You know when they're like, you know remember that old sexist thing where it's like, well, women will only vote for the attractive men. That's why they can't vote. And it was like, that's stupid. It is stupid.
Yeah.
Because that's how I would vote, and I'm not a woman.
Like, I'm just
Like,
a
take
bad
away my
citizen.
right. Yeah.
I'm just a bad citizen at this point.
Are you gonna vote for Hillary? Probably. Why? Because she's badass. She
I'm
looks like
starting-
Leslie Knope.
I'm starting to really like this other guy, Blum. What's his name?
Blumhouse?
Blumhouse.
Like,
Blumhouse
mix of
Productions?
horror
The guy who's challenging Hillary right now.
Oh, Bloomington's.
No, he's oh, God, what's his name?
Bloomingdale's.
But it just reminds me so much
Neil
of like the
Blomkamp?
last thing. Do you remember? I was really into that guy, Mike Gravel. He was like a senator from Alaska. I was like, I like this guy. He's really cool. But then of course he like got shut it out of the.
Also, I'm gonna say something that you guys might react to, but
reactions are good.
I'm so glad that while I have many ethical issues dealing with wolves with this human being, I'm still so glad that Sarah Palin was in the running.
I'm glad that she became part of the collective
Right?
consciousness.
Like,
It's good to know that, like,
It's good to remind ourselves that she exists.
it's good to know that for every, like, great progressive version of a new thing you can be, like, there can also be, like, a very weird version of
To
that.
every action,
But she
there's an
believed. That's
equal
what
and opposite reaction.
Yes.
Just
Totally.
like, think about this, guys. We almost had an Alaskan vice president in the United
Dude,
States.
they're about to
Mhm.
they're about
That's
to reunite with this baby.
And then they're gonna, she's gonna be running
Which
through
one
a
of
field.
Which
you guys
one of
want
these-
crunchy thin crust?
No, I'm not from New York. Give me that Chi-Town deep crust.
Hand tossed? You want hand tossed crust?
Yeah.
Whatever is normal
That's-
is fine.
that's-
Hand tossed, yeah, whatever is normal. What a
They're all like, they
what a
have,
pejorative
like,
thing.
baby-
What is normal anyway?
They
By the
have,
way,
like,
this baby-
PTSD. They're like,
I
"It's
totally
bad,
forgot.
oh God."
This baby is actually grows up to be the character in Taken. Liam Neeson's character in Taken.
Look, even their like little like crummy apartment is super freaking nice. This is what I'm saying.
They live by a Woolworths. Woolworths
I know,
doesn't
I noticed
exist
that too.
anymore.
I was like, what's the Woolworths doing
that
there?
just became Sears, if I'm not mistaken.
Their run-down apartment that's like covered in boxes that they're supposed to be like spotting in has a freaking like bay window.
Mhm.
It's so big.
It's a very nice apartment.
Now, when this movie came out in 1994, I was 6 years old. And just to put it in context, we're watching as adults and we're just like, boo. As a kid, when seeing this in theaters,
Mhm.
as a 6-year-old, I was like, yeah, babies can turn into criminals. And it was like the most powerful movie ever where it's like, throw down the boob. And I was like, yeah, you just got out punked by a baby.
That brings me back to Tomorrowland.
You got-
I think it's going to be
you
a
just
great
got
movie to
punked
inspire
by a
10-year-olds. I think that is its great worth.
Well, I read
For
a,
me, not
I
so
was
much.
I read a Rotten
reading.
Tomatoes review that was like, this movie has like 8-year-old logic. And then someone responded like, yeah, because it's made for 8-year-olds.
It is
But
definitely.
that's the thing is that's why I thought I might like it because it's definitely getting mixed reviews, not so much positive, not all positive reviews in my news feed, but everyone's like, this is like a child would think this. It says imagination would save the day, and I'm like, I like those.
I have
things.
absolutely no problem with the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a great theme, but I also think it's pulled off
the script
really.
is like-
Could have used another
absolutely.
screenwriter.
Yes, it could have used
Should I
the.
get 2
the best.
pizzas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? 2 pizzas or 3
Hey,
pizzas?
how many of you guys want pizza? Show of hands.
Look at this. His day out. It's all part of the book.
How did you not think I would understand that the book was called Baby's Day Out?
By the way, that's not the right answer.
Wait a minute, hang on. We're gonna
Yeah,
see.
that's
We're
the right
gonna see.
answer.
Hang on, check it out. Check it out. We're
getting
gonna see the
two
end.
cheese.
Oh, he just pulled up.
Oh, how did he do that?
That was cute.
Don't leave your baby. This is how you screw.
Haven't you learned anything?
He's having his picture taken tomorrow? No, don't do that.
This
Oh,
is the
Willie.
first time I've ever looked at the dialogue.
There was a great little. We're watching with subtitles, so we don't have to have it so loud. And there's a great moment where it said laughs, chuckles.
Laughs, chuckles, because they are definitely separate.
Wait for it. Here's the twist ending. Here's the Thanos post-credit sequence. He pulls out a book. What's the book called? Wait for it. This is so dope.
Baby
Wait
goes
for
to
it.
Africa.
You're close.
Baby trip to China! Yeah! Oh my god, they're setting us up for the sequel.
This is where he needs the Mandarin.
Squeals, comma, laughs.
I was weirdly close, and I was just making a joke.
Oh, that was great.
Oh man.
Okay, if we stay till after the credits, is there like a sequence of him hanging out in a shawarma shop, just like eating by himself?
Or Nick Fury.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Nick Fury like comes and gets him.
We'll put together a team.
Oh, Rick Baker was the guy who did the.
Oh!
He is a god.
He's a god.
in the mechanical.
Anthony
effects
Redmond
department.
worked on this. Anthony Redmond's a really good editor.
You guys, real quick before we do the closing thing,
Mhm.
we're gonna get 2 pizzas. and
3
you-
pizzas.
I'm getting 2 pizzas.
If a
They're
baby
not
can go to
eating.
China, then we can eat 3 pizzas.
We'll get you a digital pizza.
We'll
Yeah.
send you
Loyal
a
viewer,
digital.
thank
a
you.
downloadable pizza.
And then, but do you want anything else? Can I just do this order so we can get it by the time we're done filming?
I want them hot wings.
You want hot wings?
I'm just kidding. You get everything.
No, do you want hot wings? That was like kind of what I was asking.
Get hot wings. I will pay for some of it.
You want some hot
I will
wings?
pay for some.
Hot
I'm
wings
writing,
are.
I'm writing a script right now about time travel.
Mhm.
It's like Bill and Ted. If Bill and Ted was one guy and it was a ghetto nerd bro. So I'm very much in that voice. And I take the train to work and I write on the train because it takes 45 minutes to get to work.
Yeah.
And I'm always in
Public
that voice.
transportation, people.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait,
we're on
8
that
piece,
voice.
14 piece, not getting a 40 piece. Just don't even say that.
Yo, get us that 40.
Fucking piece.
I said don't say it.
Y'all want that piece.
No, not 40. Whatever.
8 or 14?
Honestly, if we
I
eat
think
more than
8's
8,
fine.
we'll,
Especially if we're getting a
So we're
pizza
getting
too.
2
we'll be the
pizzas.
CGI Job of the Hut.
I'm getting 2 pizzas because I'm getting a gluten
Yeah, let's get
free
8.
one for myself.
Yeah,
In fact, honestly, we don't eat wings. That's
We
Whatever.
probably don't need wings.
But
honestly.
too
Don't
bad.
eat some-
Add to order.
Wait. Can you get some honey mustard sauce?
Ugh. No.
Why not?
Look
We
at
have
all,
some in the fridge.
look at all these names that like these titles that I don't feel like I see anymore. Head painter, planter Ford.
No, I know. I get
Onset
really
Greens,
nostalgic for like.
Dinosaur Wrangler?
Monkey Wranglers.
Oh, there's actually a monkey.
Wrangler.
Pigeon Wrangler.
There's a pigeon
aid.
wrangler.
I feel like in this digital world, you don't need first aid anymore. Like everybody just works on computers. That being said, like
Definitely
if you
think
want
we
like
need first aid,
the
though.
closest thing I've had to a religious experience in a while was sitting through the credits to Mad Max Fury Road because like looking at like the names of the stunt people in that
Oh,
movie
yeah.
was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable! I can't believe like how many people made that happen. Digital painter.
JP says,
Mad painting.
JP says, I found the game. You control a guardian angel who has to solve puzzles to save the baby. Trying to tweet screen caps, but Twitter's acting up. Well, he's literally talking about the game that was developed and almost
Wait, this
released.
is the real game?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
It's as bat poop
Thank
crazy.
you, JP. That's awesome.
Okay, if we can get our hands on this game, if we can get our hands on this ROM,
Yeah.
which we can, because I play Harvest Moon ROMs all the time.
Oh yes, I have a
Uh,
ROM. I have a ROM.
We have a Twitch channel we never use, but if we ever want to play Baby's Day Out ROM on Twitch,
Give me
and
my,
you guys would be interested,
you gotta give me my wallet, man.
We can play Baby's Day.
where's your
Twitch.
bag?
Baby's Day ROM on Twitch.
There? It's in there?
I'll be right back.
Nobody, listen, I'm gonna read my credit card out to the delivery person.
Don't anybody listen.
No, but everyone close
Credit
their
card
ears.
8675309.
I was like, wow, you're making up a number really fast and catchy. Why is the number catchy?
Maybe it's a one
It's
that I
that
have in my head
song.
already.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you singing a song?
Guys, the gorilla has a credit. Gorilla.
Where?
John
Alexander.
Alexander.
John
Yes.
Alexander.
Amazing gorilla. It looks
Oh.
like a gorilla.
Jason Alexander
I
starred
was just thinking about you,
in
Jason
that
Alexander.
movie about the.
What was it called?
It
Joe
had-
Mighty.
No.
Oh no, the
Dunstan
orangutan.
checks in.
Yeah, it had something.
Dustin checks in.
Dustin checks in.
I watched that as an adult. It's
That gorilla
bad,
was the
but
inspiration
good.
for Mighty Joe Young. Renee Russo was in
Congo.
Thor and
Yeah.
hang on a second.
Are we trying to connect back to this?
Are we doing
I'm
like?
trying to do Kevin
Are you
Bacon.
doing Kevin Bacon with the
Wait, we need to
gorilla?
connect-
Are you
I-
trying to Kevin Bacon? a
Here's-
I'm
gorilla?
trying to Kevin Bacon a gorilla.
Here's where we are. Here's where we are. We're trying to connect Thor
Mhm.
to the Matrix, because then we can connect back to this movie.
Oh, back to this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
Who-
see.
Right?
Thor to the Matrix. That must be possible.
That would be the easiest.
Yeah. Okay, Idris Elba's in Thor. Who
Anthony
else?
Hopkins. We have to go through Anthony
You're
Hopkins.
gonna have to set up that camera.
Anthony Hopkins
right?
is huge.
Okay,
Oh,
Anthony
sorry.
Hopkins. Well,
Well, do we do that
also
here or we do that off camera? By the way?
I can't- but wait.
We'll do it off.
Kenneth Branagh directed
Yeah.
Thor 2, right?
Yeah.
He's big. He
No,
does
he
a lot
directed
of
Thor
things.
1.
Oh, he directed Thor 1. But that's
Still
what we're
counts.
connecting to, right?
Yeah.
You guys, let's leave a note of encouragement for our Domino's person. The credits just ended, so yay!
Oh, yay! All right,
Yay.
Baby's Day Out.
Baby's Day
What
Out.
did you think? Netflix gives it 2.5 stars.
Yikes!
No, it thinks we're gonna give it 2.5
It's amazing
stars.
how
It's being very hospitable to this movie.
it's
I
amazing
would
how
give it
like it's
3.
not a good movie, like in terms of the. I mean, there's no plot, nothing's happening. It's super simple, but still, again, how like high quality it is. It's like amazing.
If
Well,
you
it's a Hollywood movie.
if you
I mean,
imagine
it's a
that
Hollywood movie.
this was the Avengers
It's a
of its
Hollywood
time.
movie.
Imagine
That
that
baby
this was a
is super
silent
cute.
film. From
Did
the
it make, like, a
19
Well,
ton of
it
money?
basically was because like the soundtrack was our voices.
Yeah.
Over it. So.
and then someone over there playing like a harpsichord. But
One of the messages that we can leave to our person is, "I don't know what I would do without you."
I'm down with that.
Should
That's
we do
correct.
that?
I don't know
That's
what I
right.
would do without you.
That's heavy.
Probably starve.
That's heavy.
we're gonna
Let's
probably
do that one.
we're gonna close this out in a minute or two. Wait, no, we gotta connect it. We gotta connect it. If you guys
Gotta
can help
connect
us.
it. Okay.
Yeah, we're
We're
gonna
at
stop the
Thor,
live
and
stream
we're trying to
after
get
we
to the
figure
Matrix.
this out.
We just
Okay.
need to get to the Matrix. and Thor.
Anthony
super bad at this.
Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins was in Thor, and Anthony Hopkins was also in Titus. I don't know why I went to that one first. The Bridges of Madison County. Was that have Emma? Who's the woman in?
In Bridges of Madison County was what's from
Emma Thompson, right?
No, it wasn't Emma Thompson. It was like
She would've been-
the greatest actress in the entire world.
Oh,
Aside from Emma Thompson.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Okay, so Meryl Streep to
Are we trying to connect to the Matrix?
Keanu Reeves.
We're so close.
Was Meryl Streep in anything with Diane Keaton? Because Diane Keaton was in that movie Something's Gotta Give, where Keanu Reeves plays her
Wait,
lover.
can we get from Meryl Streep to
You know,
God
if you
damn
try to get Keanu Reeves in Much Ado, there's a ton of actors in
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Keanu Reeves in
Kenneth
Much Ado
Branagh.
About Nothing, and Kenneth Branagh directed. Okay, so
Much Ado
Kenneth
About
Branagh
Nothing.
directed Thor. Kenneth Branagh also directed
There
Much
you
Ado
go.
About Nothing, which had Keanu Reeves in
As
it
the villain.
as the villain, and Keanu Reeves starred in The Matrix,
which had Cypher,
which
played
had
by
Cyber
Joe.
played by Joe Pantoliano,
Panettone bread.
Hannah Bread,
which
who was
brings
in
back to
Baby's Day Out.
I don't remember where we started with that, but that
Gorilla.
was pretty cool.
Gorilla.
Gorilla. We started with Gorilla. Nicely done, guys. All right.
Go team.
What's funny is I bet the same.
Form of a dragon.
I bet you the same puppeteering team also worked on Congo. So it was just like
Yeah.
a few years later.
I bet that gorilla.
I think they did
That
it better
fake
in this
gorilla
movie.
is like a star.
Yeah.
Like that fake gorilla should have an IMDb page, and we should.
Well, it's
make
also
it.
the
Yeah.
star of Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we should just not for the person in it. Like it could be a different person each time.
You mean
but
like
for the
suits?
fictional identity of that
Oh,
Suits
studio.
yeah.
should have IMDb pages, like costumes and suits.
No, like how the
Costumes.
Muppets are like characters.
On IMDb.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how their I don't know if they're on
Yeah.
IMDb, but their characters, like, you know, you interview them and
Mhm.
whatever, they act like
Kermit
they
has a
exist.
TED Talk. Have you seen Kermit's TED Talk?
What?
It's awesome. It's
What?
really good. Watch Kermit's TED Talk. It's amazing. I'm not joking. It's so
I'm
good.
so
It's
excited.
so good. It's so good.
I
You
can't-
have no idea.
I'm
It's
like
so good.
vibrated in my seat. I'm so excited.
TED Talk. It's two of my favorite things.
I can't wait to know what he can teach me in the world about rainbows.
It's
Oh my
not
God.
easy, Gamer.
That's
so,
the thesis at the end.
But
My
if
heart's
you-
racing. I'm so excited. He has so much wisdom.
As excited as you were to watch Baby's Day Out.
More, I dare say.
More, possibly.
Was not excited.
Might I say that connection is a rainbow? So anyhow, thank you guys so much for joining us for Baby's
Thank
Day
you.
Out. Hopefully it was worth your time. I'm gonna skip to the
It
end. It was
wasn't.
not.
It was worth our time.
It was worth our time.
We should say in the beginning and go skip ahead to see what we think, and then we'll put the
Yeah.
notification right here, and then we'll all go like this.
Or it should be like in the beginning.
No,
like,
you messed it up. We're gonna
Oh.
skip to here. Okay, ready? We're gonna skip to here. Go.
oh yeah, we're nodding our heads, and now you get it.
No, I'm not doing it anymore. You ruined it.
I got you.
But seriously, thank you guys for joining us and commenting and tweeting. You can always find us at facebook.com/twobrokegeeks, on Twitter at
Facebook.com.
twobrokegeeks, and at
G-O-M.
YouTube. You can just search Two Broke Geeks, or you can search
YouTube.com/twobrokegeeks.
Mia being super snarky. Hey Evan, where can they find you?
Too many results.
You can find me on basically every handle at Art of Evan K. That's Twitter, that's Instagram. You can
And
check
get
out my
artists.
website, artofevank.com.
Wait, K like just the letter K, right? Not K.
Yeah.
Yeah, not K-A-Y, just K. And
Like Katie Applegate, just the K.
Yeah, just the K. Just like K. Applegate, my favorite children's book author, or maybe author of all time. Sorry, J.K.
Yeah, actually, maybe.
Sorry, J.K.
Oh, but also like J.K. Rowling's because she also has a K.
Oh, why choose?
Yeah. Art of Evan K. That's me. Check out. I'm an artist. I make films. I like to do those things. And all
Evan
that
also handles a lot of like fan art galleries.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do
Pixel
that.
Copies
job.
fan art galleries, so check that out.
I forgot you did that too.
Pixel
It's
Drip.
kind of like a giant thing in your life.
Yes, it is. Pixel Drip Gallery is a thing that I curate with, and we put on fan art galleries. So you can check that out. PixelDripGallery.com, Facebook.com/PixelDripGallery.
It's the
It's really
most
cool.
fun. I'm gonna say this. It's the most fun you'll have with art in LA, easily.
Well, thank you. I have fun with it, so that's nice.
You can always find us again at just
Two Broke
anything
Geeks,
Two
we
Broke
already said
Geeks.
that.
And next month we're gonna be doing this again because we do it every month. So if there's
Except for last month.
yeah, well that's in the past.
Sorry.
It's what
That was my
Make up for it with a super weird movie. Or
I
a
think
short.
we did. I think that's what we just did.
Oh, that's a good point.
live like Orpheus. Don't look behind you.
Video
No.
recap of this will go up on Friday, hopefully. And thanks for bearing with us when our videos have been a little bit late. And we'll see you next month for this again.
Yeah. Again, if you have a movie that you think everyone
Oh,
has
yeah,
seen
leave it
that
in the
maybe it
comments.
hasn't seen, please leave it in the comments or tweet it at us.
There has to
And
be more famous movies than Baby's Day Out, you guys.
This
I don't
movie
think
was
so.
huge.
I don't think
This
so.
movie was huge.
It had 3 Indian remakes made out of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just saying. James
None
Bond.
of the movies.
We should
that-
watch James Bond sometime. I want to see that.
Double feature.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna try to find that.
We'll try to find it. Maybe there's a torrent site that has it.
Okay. Should we
All right,
sign off?
guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna go eat pizza.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
see you later. Bye.
Thanks for watching us order pizza.
Good night.
Good night.
Or good morning.
So long.
And enjoy your
Well.
Baby's Day Out.